it's raisins.
Cranberry.
No, not cranberries. Raisins. Get it right, goddammit. Lord, this is why we can't have nice things. One of many reasons why we can't have nice things. To clarify.
Because of cranberry?
Because of you.
Is it because of cranberry?
Because of you, because you're late. As always.
I'm late by 2 minutes.
Yeah, you still have to pull up everything, so that's going to take you like another half hour because you don't know how to get it on time.
Got him.
Twice.
I was getting everything ready.
Twice,
I was getting everything ready,
Matthew.
making sure that I had an internet connection.
And you do that like 5 minutes before game time?
No! I spent the last 10 minutes making sure my laptop wouldn't fuck up.
10 minutes before game time?
Yes, 10 minutes before game time. I thought it would take 5 and then I'd get in, but it didn't. Damn thing had to update.
This is why you do it at least a half hour before game time, to give yourself extra time. Boy.
It updated like a week ago. Why the hell is this old ass computer, this old ass laptop, why is it updating more?
Is it on Windows 10?
Time.
If it's on Windows 10, that's why.
Yeah, it will forever update on Windows 10.
I have no clue what it is on.
Oh yeah, I forgot the child is technologically illiterate.
Somehow.
It's a Toshiba.
Somehow.
That's all I know.
He should be the most
when it comes to
technologically literate of all of us, but somehow he's not.
When it comes to Xboxes,
I don't mean you, Dad.
If you need help with an Xbox, how to reset it, how to sort out, if your game's not loading, all that, I can give you tips and stuff to help with that. You want me to build a computer or name most of the parts of the computer? I can name motherboard, hard drive, and CPU. That's it.
I mean, if it helps, my mom has several employees at her store that are like maybe a year or two older than you are, Matt. And they don't, they have absolutely no idea how to use a computer. Like, they don't even know how to use Word. And they can, barely turn it on.
Ow.
And it's like, what?
Because
they know how to use their phones. They don't know how to use a computer. Because they always use their phone and do everything.
Did they not take a computer class in school?
Apparently not.
They don't give computer classes in school here. If I took computer classes only because I was taking an actual Photoshop program in my school because they offered it. But for the most of it, nope, no computer classes.
Not even a typing one?
They had a one class typing session when I was in grade 2, and that was it. No typing lessons.
I can't type. I go.
Neither can I.
I do the whole claw thing.
I don't know how people can do that because I'm sitting here doing that freaking Bruce Almighty bullshit, and you guys are just click, 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 click. No.
Well, good for you.
I type
something,
with
child.
I type with 2 fingers, but I can type really fast with 2 fingers, and I can backtrack and fix words if I realize I've fucked them up while typing without looking at the screen. So I have.
I just want just so you can help me out here. Are you at least proficient when you're typing with with Lucy? She can type fast. Can you at least type fast?
No. Not
Jesus
very
Christ,
fast.
Child. You do me a heckin' stress.
I'm going to type out a sentence saying this is the fastest I can type.
I can hear it.
Oh my god. Matt, no. Matthew, go get educated on how to type, child. Jesus.
So apparently we learned that Matt needs to learn how to use a computer better.
that is the takeaway of the pregame bullshit right now, Rachel. Matt does not know how to computer.
You might want to take some typing lessons before finding a job.
To put it simply, I look like a praying mantis when I'm trying to type. I got like my index fingers. I'm like hunched over, and I'm just like.
Oh, dear.
That's what I look like too. Damn.
Like if you were to watch me typing, you'd see I've got my hands over the keyboard sometimes. My other fingers ain't doing shit. They're there for show.
Just so you know,
basically
that
like
took
that.
me about 3 seconds to type. Get on my level, Matthew.
Hold on, let me turn on my computer. Let me turn on my. Oh, this is gonna break everything. Is it facing? No, that's facing me. Right. Hold on. This is how I type. Notice all the other fingers are way above my index finger. This. Hold on. Wait.
You are gonna give me PTSD watching this. Oh my god.
How I.
Bruh. No.
And I messed up.
You
Okay.
are. Oh, the stress level. I am doing a heckin' stress today.
Me no type fast.
You
No,
heard
very
me. You heard
not.
me.
that
Heard my
in like
you-
2
you-
seconds with one hand.
Right.
See, Lucy's
If you want me to
least
type on the
effective.
phone, though, if you want me to type on the phone, though, I can just go, and immediately write up a
Boy.
whole sentence
That's
in like
the
5
problem
seconds.
that my mom's
That-
employees have.
Look, you can't use your phone for everything, Matthew. You have to learn how to
I'm
properly
aware.
type.
Really down.
I
Boy.
type. Okay, right. Okay, I can use computers when it comes to writing shit down. Like we used to use Word all the time in college, all the time in school.
At least you know how to use Word.
Right?
That
I can
is
use
better than
Word. I
basically
can use.
everyone younger than me.
Oh, I can't remember what else it was. It was like Excel or something.
Yeah.
I can use that. You
Okay,
want
that's
me to type out a sentence normally? You're gonna wait a few seconds, okay?
That's why it
gotta
takes you like
wait.
a whole ass day to reply in Icy Chat, because you're going click, 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 click.
I will say, knowing how to use Word and Excel is actually a good thing, because, like, so many jobs are like, you gotta know how to use this, and, like, they never teach you that in school.
Yeah.
You just work on your speed, and you're just set for
I
life.
knew how to type. I knew how to like use Word when I was like 10. But that's all we used to use. It's
So
like,
why
okay,
is
class,
it
we'll
10
work-
years later you can't? You just go click, click.
No.
Click,
Do not
click.
understand. I know how to use Word.
It
Does
just
not mean
takes
I
you
can
forever.
type
Got
fast.
it. Okay. Boy.
You have no idea how many times the teachers would go, Matt, why haven't you turned in your work? I'm still typing.
Typing it.
The girls in my college.
I want to go across the ocean and
Homebrew.
teach you and beat the crap out of you until you learn how to actually type.
Learn
Oh my
Homebrew.
god.
Learn Homebrew. It's so helpful.
Homebrew saves lives. Just saying.
Like, on the rarest occasion, you'll see me use my ring finger for a button, and even then I fuck up and miss
Oh
the
my
button
god,
after.
Matthew. I'm gonna pull my hair out.
Alright.
That's how this game is gonna start. I'm gonna be bald. Because I'm stressed.
Yeah. Just look at my screen. Just look at my screen.
I can't see your screen. I can't. It says, no, I don't. Oh, there we go. What's true? Check your. Ooh, how do I do that? This will be so.
Go to typing
this is not
tabs.
gonna
Go to typing tests. Set it on benchmark. Practice this over and over again, so you can get to where you can type.
Typing test. Typing test. Complete a typing test in 60 seconds. Oh, it's gonna take me longer.
That is okay. That is your homework for the week, Matt. I want you to work on that so that by the time we play next week, you can actually type somewhat decently. I'm not expecting you to be a pro. I'm just expecting you not to be a praying mantis.
I'm going to type something. What's it go? What's it
You
do?
know,
It's just...
praying mantis isn't even actually an accurate thing because those fuckers are like lightning fast.
Yeah, you're right. That's an insult to a mantis.
But what else has that stance that is?
I have no idea.
Koala bear.
A sloth. I said what I said.
Oh shit! I forgot the full stop. Okay.
Alrighty, shall we get things in now that we have everyone back?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Alright, let's get into this. Matt
Do you
can
see
struggle
this?
later.
The average is 30 words per minute. You need to get up to like at least 45. Okay? At least 45.
We can educate the poor child later because I really need to de-stress and not pull out my hair from him.
Well, analyzing results.
You suck. Oh. Anyway.
24 words. You did 24 words per minute.
Ooh. Oh.
You are
Jeez.
below average.
I'm
And I
actually
have a
slightly above average, but I just did
95%
it.
accuracy.
How's anywhere between 75 and 100? Like, bruh.
Jesus fuck. I'm a quarter of the same speed.
I'm usually like 90.
Yeah, that's about where I am. I'm anywhere from
Yeah.
80 to
Yeah.
90.
There was a moment in time where I was actually at 80 to 90, but I've slowed down significantly. I'm at
Gotta build
42.
it back up.
Yeah, I know. I didn't start practicing again.
Practice makes perfect.
Manners
Step is just
maketh
like-
man.
Manners maketh man. I love Kingsman.
Great movie.
It is fantastic. Alright, let's go ahead and get diving back into this now that my rant for the day is over. So, last time on the Adventures of the Peachy Keen, the crew made their way to Coruscant and reunited with Liara and were gifted a night of reprieve and rest and recuperation.
Which we spent drinking.
It was spent drinking, dancing,
Some
There's-
weird karate in the corner.
some weird karate in the corner. Yeah, not wrong. One of the crew members is now, romantically involved with the Supreme Chancellor. No biggie.
Just the Supreme Chancellor, the one who owns half the fucking universe. That's fine.
Totally normal.
Yes.
That happens every day, right?
So this fucking crew does.
Pretty much. But Sev was officially reinstated into the Republic, and Liara informed then that she, Viri, and Yara would be extended the offer to join the Order, in that Ven would be offered a seat on the Council as a Master, and Yara and Viri would be instated as Jedi Knights, should they so choose. As you guys relaxed and kind of recuperated, you were allowed to think on that and decide if that was the best course of action for you guys. There was no pressure. The next day would just be a formal offer of it, allowing you guys to think on it, but it would be official from the Council as well as the Senate. Along with that, Io reached out to his dear sister-in-law, because Io and Siorn, much to Siorn's dismay, are going to eventually reunite with their dear old dad and get those pieces of their past sorted out. Iris will owe Siorn for this. Siorn will remember this.
Siorn will not forget.
Yeah. It will be a thing. But the crew was allowed some time to just kind of relax and unwind. You guys socialized, dealt with a couple of loose ends within the party as well. Before going back to the Peachy Keen to get some rest for the night, knowing that the following morning you would be asked to go to the council at the temple and speak with the council and Sev's girlfriend, the Supreme Chancellor, to formally be given the opportunity to join the order for the 3 Jedi in question. So the evening comes and goes, morning comes and goes. Though
Mira made breakfast again.
Aww.
yeah,
This time it was cinnamon streusel muffins.
Oh my god.
Right.
Yum.
Why do
Yeah.
you do this to me? God damn it.
Did you say cinnamon streusel muffins?
Yeah, they're
Yes.
a thing.
I've never had them.
They
They're
are amazing
delicious.
and you're missing out.
Mm-hmm.
Well then, sorry, continue.
Alright, so yeah, delicious muffins have been made. You are all collectively awoken by the smell of it. It is amazing. Just saying. So there is a warm meal waiting for you in the kitchen as you guys wake up. What are you all doing to prepare for going to the Jedi Temple?
Oh, Mira, do you have any hangover muffins or anything?
Yeah, I do. They're right over here.
Thanks.
And just
go.
no, just Fury, sit right here.
Mm-hmm.
Sit down. Here,
Think about your life decisions.
here's the plate. It's got muffins on it. I've already buttered them, and they're cut in half.
Thank
Then
you.
let me get you a drink. This is apple juice. It will help you feel more like yourself. And then I have a gift for you. Just let me go and get it.
A gift?
Yeah. Actually, it's a gift for you and Vin, and there is one for Yara.
Ben doesn't need a gift. She has the gift of not getting hangovers. And you see Miri start crying. She's been trying to keep up with Ben because she forgot like, her ability to not get drunk.
It's a fruitless venture. She tried. Poor baby.
But, yeah. I'd rather just give you the one for Yara, and then you can give it to her if you want to.
Yeah, if you want. I mean, I guess you're still not ready to. I get it.
I prefer not. Yeah,
It's really changed, you know.
I know, but
I think a lot because of you and the rest of the crew.
it's still fresh to me.
I get it. I just want you to know how much of a sorry, how much of a difference you've made.
Thank you.
She just like leans
And-
back and like lays down on the couch.
And Mira
He
will
coughs
go
up on the
back
couch.
and return with a few different boxes. There's 3 boxes. And one of them is for Fury. And looks like this. It's brand new. It's brand new Jedi robes for y'all. Y'all to use them. And then I have one for Ben if she chooses to use it. There's some other accessories that you can add on if you want
Ooh.
to.
Ooh, I love
Okay, girl.
Ooh, I need to see a doodle.
I don't
of
know
Ben
why
in that
Ben's
outfit.
holding my
Yeah,
lightsabers,
for real.
but that's fine.
And then, since I know that Yara came back from the dark side, I made one that was a little bit more edgy for Yara.
Okay. Ooh.
Ooh, I like that.
That is fantastic. She will love that.
And Viri's already decided, because in Viri fashion, she'll probably wear all three at some point.
Yeah.
Maybe the second one's still canon. It's just her in Ben's clothes.
I mean, yeah, probably.
It's like they're at the temple, like
Not
Ben walks
at
past her,
first.
she's just wearing her robe, like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, not at first, but you know, after a little
Eventually.
time. I'll probably offer to do everyone's laundry and then actually.
But this way, you have like fresh new clothes that you can wear. None of them will have like any of the stuff from previous battles that y'all have been in. And so this way, they'll be.
Viri gives me a big old hug in the middle of her talking.
Super neat. Aw.
Thank you.
You're welcome. For those that are watching on Twitch, Viri got a slim kind of form-fitting green that'll go pretty cool with her hair. Long flowy sleeves, Jedi robes, and then Vin has a very nice sleeveless to allow freedom of movement.
Yeah.
But high neckline or high collar on the neck, tapered at the waist, goes out into a long, kind of flowing white skirt. And then one for Yara is kind of a mixed match of that, but it is done in red and black to, I guess, kind of connect her to where she came from and what all she has achieved since then, hopefully. With pants and a tunic.
It's pretty slick, I'm not gonna lie.
Ow!
As Del comes dragging his happy ass in.
Del walks in, there's a very fresh red lump on his forehead. He just stumbles in. Legion got bored of not having Del drunk, so he got Del drunk.
And is thoroughly amused by the after effects.
Del will walk straight to the fridge or the freezer and pull out a pack of like ice of some sort of food, and then just straight smacks it onto his forehead.
I mean, that works.
To other people, it'd be a giant bag of peas or something. That would cover somebody's face. It just about covers his forehead as he's holding it. Thanks for the warning. Oh, shut up! I don't care if it's entertaining.
Up yelling!
What do you mean you like being drunk?
Stop yelling!
Ben comes out.
Del gets close and whispers into Viri's ear, I've got a voice inside my head. Shush!
I take a lump and press it against the lump on his head.
Yara will come in with Vin. And looks surprisingly unaffected by the night of drinking.
Morning.
Good morning. I see everyone's looking chipper today.
Oh, sorry. I have a very serious question. Can you unfuck my head, please?
I do not have that ability.
Well,
Unfortunately, everyone has to suffer the consequences of their actions.
You know what? I can't
So
even.
we don't drink to excess.
I didn't. I tried to have a nice time. Legion decided to go, oi, let's make it more potent. I had 3 drinks. I was fine
Oh,
after
okay.
one.
Ben is so
The second
sassy today, and I am here for it.
I must be real drunk. I must be so hangover. You're being sassy. You're showing more sass than usual.
No, I'm always sassy. I just don't say it.
You know what? That explains a hell of a lot. The looks you give everyone. When we say dumb shit, that just screams off the face of the plastic.
It's actually very true if you ever paid attention.
I'm usually getting shot in the. Usually getting shot. I don't have time to pay attention.
That's just because you give doe eyes to her all the time and not pay attention to what she's not saying.
I Del eyes. These are my eyes.
Oh, you 100% do doe eyes. You just blink, blink, blink. Oh my god, it's such amazing. I want to marry you. I'm sorry, you're cool.
You know, I did not go through 2 fucking wars to have you give me lip.
I'm about to double outrank you, old man.
Double. That's not even a. Maybe that's a thing. I'm not sure how Jedi's work. I don't know.
Do we
He's
need
about
to
to
get
triple
out
outrank you.
banter
Okay.
for the council? Get it all out now.
Oh no, this is
We're gonna
just
need to be serious.
this is just breakfast, Ben.
Wait,
Yeah.
that's no.
Just letting you know. Just get it out now.
We're
This is
going to
normal,
see
right?
which council. Very
The
important.
Jedi.
Fuck them.
If I may, can I ask your guys' opinion on something?
Sure.
If it's how well you do in bed, we won't know.
No, how do I look?
Ooh. Sev comes in looking sharp.
Oh shit!
I thought it was appropriate to wear an officer's outfit today.
He's a man in a uniform.
Well, fucking.
I, as the DM, approve and endorse men in uniform. Just saying.
Could you just like not show us up? At least don't show me up, please. Alright.
It does
look
look
like a
really
sack of
nice, but
shit.
it also looks really evil. Just putting it out there.
Looks like some of like empire clothing. I don't know where that's coming from, but some sort of empire clothing, you know.
Well, unfortunately, regulation, officer's uniform.
It looks great, Seb.
Thank you.
Yeah, just rough it up a little bit so you don't look like you belong there, because otherwise I'm going to stand out even fucking more. And he walks away. He's stumbling.
As you walk away, rather almost violently, Legion decides to make you sober as fuck.
Stand out.
Oh, shit. Ow.
Does he suddenly have to pee? Now that all the
No.
alcohol has worked its way through his system.
I mean, maybe, possibly.
Hold on.
Oh boy.
Hold on. Gravity's working again. Hold on. Okay. No warning? Seriously? You couldn't have said 3, 2. Give me a countdown next time. And he gets up and he straightens himself out. I don't feel like
Sounds
shit
like
anymore.
fun, though.
1. Bam.
I'm gonna go. You know what, Mira?
Yes.
Could you help me pick out something to dress up in? Because I don't have any fashion sense.
I can make a new. Yeah. Just get. Give me just a second, and I'll be right back with measuring tape so I can take new measurements because you're really a lot larger than last time that I took measurements. So, yep, I'll be right back.
I haven't eaten that much, have I? And he like looks at his belly, realizes he's more toned, and he goes, "Oh, right, because of Lee. Oh, well, I thought I'd grown a few pounds. I miss my belly."
Don't worry, Mira. No pressure. It's anything's better than the Hawaiian shirt that he wore on the first day.
Yes, yep. Mm-hmm.
Hold on, I want to try something. And I put my hand softly to like Viri's head and go, "Legion, go, Legion, fix."
Nothing
Oh my
happens.
god, he got weirder.
So you sober me up with the power of your. Am I vegan now? Is that how this works?
No.
It's the opposite of vegan. Because I don't think you'd like me eating plot. You have
No, I've
just
seen
made me
carnivores
question.
the opposite.
Legion's making me question all sorts of shit that I don't think he gives a shit about. Legion!
You
Don't
get
ignore.
the feeling that Legion is listening, amused, just waiting for your comment.
Do you want me to be vegan now? Because I'd rather die.
We prefer you to eat whatever sustenance keeps you alive. We care not where it comes from.
Part of that sounds really smart and like you care as long as I'm okay. The other half makes me feel like I could eat shit and you wouldn't give a shit, you wouldn't care. So thank you for being vague again.
If it provides sustenance for your physicality, we will accept it.
So you just control what goes in my gut now? Yeah, okay. Thank you for staying quiet. That answers a lot of questions for me. I'm gonna go get dressed. And he's gonna stumble. He's gonna.
You get the feeling that Legion intentionally did not answer just to mess with you.
You know what? This reminds me about when I had a roommate. You were such a fuck. And he just rambles on as he gets distant about how bad he had a roommate before. And now Legion is the ultimate bad roommate because he can't get rid of him.
Meanwhile,
and then
I
gets like flung into a wall because his muscles are making him. Sorry, go on.
Meanwhile, Io just kind of like leans on the back of the couch, kind of sort of looking down at Viri, but we know how he actually looks at people.
He's looking up.
Okay, Viri. Staring up at the ceiling.
Viri kind of like, what's the word? Recoils in like fear of Io for a second. I had forgotten about that book. I'm just terrified of what you're gonna do with it.
We're gonna be going to the council. I guess I should kind of dress up a little, shouldn't I?
I guess?
I'm gonna need you to do something for me.
What? Why?
Ooh.
And he hands her this. He passes her this coupon.
Sorry, Legion, I control over the music. My bad. The next one that comes on is just, oh yeah.
I'll take you visor shopping and outfit shopping.
Thank you.
What time are we supposed to be meeting these council?
Oh, and hey, and he passes her another coupon. He's like, "Can you do this for me as well after the meeting?"
Jeez, how many of these are there? What? I hate getting them clean. You know how much they scratch?
It's just Terabyte who does that.
To answer your question, this is about like 8 in the morning. You're going to be meeting the council around noon.
Okay.
So we got a few hours.
We have some time.
You do have some time to prepare. Leara might have pulled some strings to make sure that you guys could get some rest and recuperation in the morning.
Why do I feel like that Io is that one person who walks into every shop and like, gets coupons, but forgets about them and still thinks they're worth something?
Because he is.
Because he 100% is. But the problem is, these coupons that Viri gave him for his birthday never expire.
Oh no!
So,
Yep.
Oh.
One's definitely going to be on Viri's deathbed.
That's where you made a
free
mistake. You made it to where they never expire. That's mistake number 1.
Viri learns the lesson the hard way.
I know, right?
This business went out 15 years ago. I still wanted services. But I can't do it. They went out of business. Well, you better find some business then for it to work.
Oh,
I love it.
Just a pile of coupons in the corner and in the cockpit. That's where the
Probably.
kittens sleep.
I love it. Yara is observing this whole scene, kind of chilling in the doorway, arms crossed, just an amused smirk on her face.
You guys see if Yara is wearing the new uniform that I got her?
Yes.
Okay. Mira will give a slight smile to that then, I guess.
Yara will meet Mira's eyes and also give a soft, almost weird, like, wary smile, like she's afraid to offend, and go, thank you for the outfit. It's pretty badass.
You're welcome.
Can it just be 2 of the cats and not Terabyte? Please?
Nope, it's gotta be all of them. At least I'm asking you to do it after the meeting, so you don't go to it covered in scratches.
Bro, I smell like wet cat.
It's at this point that down the hall, you guys hear at least one set of footsteps before you hear a very familiar voice calling down the hall loudly as it echoes everywhere. Where's my rambunctious crew? And Io would recognize this as his sister-in-law.
Hey! He just like waves, even though you know he can't tell where she is.
Pretty much.
Miri just like takes his hand and just points it towards Iris.
You guys made it! Yay!
Yep. Iris will come walking in, and flanking behind her, as the silent man does, is her other half.
Got like his hands clasped behind his back, just looking so grim.
He's not happy.
the dichotomy of those two, I swear.
Mm-hmm. Hey, by the way, so in case you guys wanted to, for what deal, apparently Sith are now allowed into the Jedi Order in case you want to add Droid 2. Just wanted to, put that out there.
Wow.
Iris just looks over at Seord, and she just has this smirk of pure mischief, and she looks at him, tilts her head, her eyes go up his body and down before back up to his face, before her grin grows, and she goes, yeah, I think you would look good in a Jedi robe set.
It's like the one corner of his mouth just like tilts slightly downward to indicate his displeasure.
I'm just saying.
It's so minute, but it's like a vast frown for us.
It is. It really is. A normal person, it would be a very deep frown. Not for Siorn.
You lost your chance to be my master, and now you are losing a chance to get to learn by me. So it's up to you. But anyway, look, I redid my tattoo, and she like goes up to Iris, showing her like the tattoo of her.
Oh boy! Oh boy!
Really? Weren't you just hungover like not too long ago?
No, I had a muffin. It's fine.
Wow, your recovery rate is quick. Okay.
Also had a back to profine, so it's fine.
Ah, okay.
He's young.
Mira's gonna come in to the room now with her like whole sewing kit and whatnot.
Oh dear.
You just force Dell to take a seat while she stands on the table to try and measure.
Oh, little bean.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to be so tall. It's genetic.
Down.
I can't, because then you get the wrong measurements, right? That's how it works.
Do you need help, Mira?
The exasperating teenage sigh.
What?
What if I pick you up?
No! Because if you pick me up, then you're flexing muscles and stuff, and it won't sit right. Sit down!
So we'll sit down.
Like, one of Sjorn's eyebrows quirks up ever so slightly at that, like, wow.
The Peachy King who chose violence this morning, apparently. Goddamn. First Ben, now Mira.
And then Mira will get her measurements and then go back to start working on Dell's new outfit.
I love it.
Damn it all!
I love it. I love it. Iris will fawn over Viri's tattoo, and then after Mira does her thing, she'll kind of look after Mira before she looks back at Viri and go, "Well, someone's excited this morning."
I wanted it to be.
It's not
We're
every
going
day
laser
that you get
shopping,
to see
like
your
you said.
friends get recognized in a way that's like super important and super cool.
Barry looks at Yara when Mira says the word friends.
Yara is keeping a very neutral face. Then, you, however, feel a sense of pride when Mira mentions friends but doesn't clarify if Yara is involved or not.
Mm-hmm.
On a very straight up elbows, Yara. She's not being subtle about it.
Yara just sighs heavily.
Kind of giving like this wide eyes, like, yeah, right? Okay.
Friends? Am I right?
As Viri does.
Yep. There's enough
Can
people
I-
that you figured it wouldn't be noticed.
I love it.
Can I just point out, Adele's gonna like stand Yara and Sion side by side. You two are the most depressed fucking people I've seen on this shit. Like,
Sure, Dell, I
Heaven's
feel like
sake,
the rest
both
of us
need to
have a lot
smile
of
a bit.
emotional trauma.
But it wouldn't kill you to smile, like. That's probably why you failed to like dress up as Io, because one, you don't smile. Io's smiling all the time. It's creepy, especially when he has blood on him. But we're not going to talk about that.
And he really smiles. He actually shows his teeth. It's really weird.
Fun fact, Sjorn actually was smiling when he was disguised as Io.
Is it like
Fair.
that very like teethy smile, like he doesn't know how to smile? Just
No, it looked like Io's
one.
smile.
yeah. So it was a very teethy, fang smile, sharp teeth and everything. Okay. Are you getting dressed? Are you coming along? Is he coming along?
I don't know. They
Yeah,
haven't
what are
even
you
told us
guys-
why they're here.
Yeah, what are you guys doing here? Not that I'm not happy to see you, but
Iris
Doesn't-
will look over
Always
at
down
Siorn
to business.
with a smirk before she goes, well, Io wanted to meet his father, and I wrangled Siorn in going too.
That's
Then
impressive.
just kind of a little baby smile at Io, like, oh, he did it.
Baby smile.
It's adorable.
Io has an immense grin on his face, pleased that Iris actually managed to, bring Siorn.
Siorn is not
Don't-
terribly happy. Iris owes him big.
Dale will turn around, look at Io's big grin, and go, nope, and turn back to Sion. I've seen that in the vents. Not again.
That's terrifying.
He has PTSD about the vents.
Well, not all vents are safe.
At that, Siorn just, gives his own, really toothy grin, but it's, a really nasty one.
I mean, really, are any vents safe? Because, Io's in the Peachy one. The little boy died in the vents in the space station. Sure, Siorn
What?
was in the vents in the other one.
When did a boy die in the space station?
Yeah, you guys never told Mira about that.
I saw the
About the
vid. I chose
child?
not to.
That's my bad, guys. Sorry, I let that one out of the bag. I'm stupid. What? I'm doing some stupid stuff. Da. Just hilarious.
Okay.
Sorry, was a little boy? Aww.
No. Okay. Hold on. First of all, Sion, brush your teeth. It's very unsettling when you're smiling. It kind of stinks. I don't know what you've eaten this morning, but have a cupcake. It will just shove a cupcake in Sion's hands.
Siorn's hands are behind his back.
I'll just
And
shove
you,
it in his face then.
he dips out of the way because he doesn't want to be near Dell.
Fury would
He's like,
double team that to make sure the cupcake gets into Sion's face.
Iris will sigh and take it herself, take a little bit, and just wordlessly offer it to Siorn.
He just
guys are
looks
no
at
fun.
it and then just looks away. It's like a cat turning their nose up at something.
She'll just shrug at him and pop it in her mouth and go, "Your loss."
Yeah, these are really good cupcakes. And as for what happened, none of us will be disclosing what happened. We all are fucked up in our own way, but you are the most innocent one here. Mira, you don't need more trauma. Trust me. Yeah, that was not a pleasant trip. I mean, we got Legion out of it.
Okay.
To be fair, Sev seems like a really, big goody two-shoe. I bet you could put a little run for money with Mira, see who's more innocent and sheltered.
Nah. Well.
Seb.
Very
I
bad.
wouldn't do that.
Dell looks between Sev and Mira. I think Mira's more hardcore than you are, Sev.
Oh, 100.
But she's... Yeah.
100.
Anyway.
Why does it have to be a competition? I just want to have fun with my friends.
Friendly
I
competition.
think she's right.
Ben's just been sitting back watching this whole thing.
Yes, Mom. Am I doing it right? Is the sarcastic thing? Am I doing it right? Very? Am I doing it?
It was decent.
It was alright.
Dell smiles at that, and he does a little happy dance, and just very tiny, he taps his foot, yeah, I did something. I did sarcasm, yay.
I did.
I did one sarcasm.
I did one sarcasm.
I did.
Gosh, you guys are spoomers.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Sorry.
Wow.
Booners?
Did you
Space
just?
boomers.
Space boomers. Haven't you heard of them? Duh.
Oh
light.
my goodness, Mike.
I was,
Unprecedented.
I was about,
Unprecedented.
I was about to start a run with back in my day, and then I just realised you're right. So yeah, I'm not going to continue that little thing.
I'm not doing
But
it.
back in my day, we didn't call them spoon, boon, boon.
Iris just walks over at this point and puts the other half of the muffin just in Dell's open mouth and then walks back to Sior.
It's like,
No.
stop it.
He bites it.
And she'll look at Io at that point and go, you got a few hours before, your fancy shindig goes down. Want to meet dear old dad before or after? Because if it's after, I've got to try to get your brother to look decent. That's going to take a bit.
I just kind of stares at her for a moment, processing.
Dell will stare at Sior.
Maybe we should make him look good for it.
Is there even any way to do that? I mean,
I'll get you a really cool visor when I go out and buy one for Io if you want it. They have ones that glow here, like flash as you talk. It's really kind of cool.
I mean, I tried to talk him into getting a bow for Wraith, but apparently she's too sophisticated for that.
I have seen that terrifying killing machine. I think a bow would look fantastic.
That's what I'm saying. I think she'd look adorable.
I mean, she'd
There's
still
no
look like she'd rip
visible
your face
frown
off.
on Siorn's face.
Can we buy him a smile, too? Buy him a happy personality.
Like a sense of humor store? That'd be tough to find.
Iris,
Take him to
Iris just shrugs and goes, I kind of like his sense of humor. And she will, in front of everyone, lift herself up and kiss Siorn's cheek.
Alright.
Get a roll.
His expression just doesn't change.
Siorn, really? Like, not even a little,
See-
not even a slight smile from you?
No, that's just ungentlemanly.
It's because you all are here. He secretly loves it. If I ever stopped, he'd get pissy.
Dude, he turns to Yara
Yeah.
and be like, are all Sith this stiff? Or like, what do you guys do for fun?
Yara just sighs heavily and she goes, I don't know, Siorn's a weird one. I tried to piss him off and it didn't work.
Well, at least we
That
know
looks
it's,
like so sympathetic for Siorn right now.
Ben's like, I understand how you're
Yes.
feeling right now. They've done it with me. Don't
all
worry.
the time.
Alright, well, seems we still have some time. Anything?
Why don't you shave? I really don't want to shave. It brings out my double chin.
I didn't.
We can just trim it up a little bit, make sure it's neat.
Yeah, clean it up. That's about it.
Does that mean I have to shave? And do you just see Beery go back towards her room?
Wait,
I'm
hold
not
on.
touching that.
Wait.
Even I was confused.
Io!
Girls grow mustaches too! Back off!
Oh.
Not touching that.
Yara just kind of sighs heavily and she goes, and here I thought she was going to actually be a woman and shave her legs. I was wrong. Purposefully
That's
saying
what I was thinking.
Purposefully saying it loud enough that Viri would hear her.
To be honest, I thought that's what there was. That's what there was. That. I can't speak. Ah.
I know,
English
you
is
must
hard.
be nervous dating the Supreme Chancellor.
I'll be honest. That's where I thought that was gonna go, but apparently not.
Wait, you thought you were going to be dating the Supreme Chancellor?
No, never mind. They'll read the room. Damn it.
Iris just kind of turns to Seb and
Read the room.
tells her, read the room, man.
Damn.
Iris just kind of tilts her head at Seb, and she goes, "Really? Supreme Chancellor, huh?"
Trust me, shocked me just as much as you guys.
Oh, really? Did you know that she was Supreme Chancellor before or after you brought her to the bar?
After.
Dell sort of looks at oh my god, I forgot her name already. What's her name?
Which one?
The Sion's girl.
God.
Iris.
Iris.
Iris, okay.
Oh,
I was
my
thinking
goodness.
Ira for some reason. So he does like a boy expression to Seb and then looks at Iris like, yeah.
She just kind of shrugs and she goes, "I mean, Supreme Chancellor," as she gestures to Seb, gestures to herself and Sion, Sith Assassin. Look, you like who you like.
Yeah.
That's a preference. That's very oddly specific.
What can I say? He has moves. And again, she just smirks at Sion.
Io's eyebrows kind of raise up like, okay. Something I didn't need to know.
If a 2-year boy, I'm gonna go shave.
Iris is 100% proud to have rendered people silent at that. She's a little shit.
She is.
Seb!
And secretly,
What?
Sion enjoys it.
Rod, we're going to shave.
Really? I cleaned it. Come on.
You're helping me clean it up.
Oh, fine.
Iris will call after Seb as he goes to help Dell. "I heard the Chancellor likes facial hair."
Thank you for that information.
Good tip.
Boy, tomorrow he'll have a full beard. I
Noted.
know it.
Right?
Noted.
When Dell gets in like the bathroom with Seb, he turns and goes, "Right, I only know how to shave with a knife. That's all I've learned in my years.
Oh my
How
god.
the fuck do I use this thing?" And he points out like a razor.
Okay,
The tiniest plastic razor. He's like, "How the fuck do I use it?"
so I'm assuming you don't want to shave it off. You just want to clean it up.
What a
Or you need
tiny
more than just that. So I was gonna
shit.
go to his room real quick. And you know, like those travel kits, just like have like that small like bag of just stuff for the bathroom when you travel.
Yeah.
He just pulls out that and just a whole bunch of shaving stuff. It's like, okay, hold on.
I love it.
I did not know that you were a barber.
Seb is prepared
I
Yeah.
was ready for this.
and on it.
You've seen his beard and hair? He takes care of it.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Dell's gonna get his hair slicked back, looking really nice instead of that like spiky stuff. It's gonna get nicely slicked back and everything.
Doesn't look quite like a madman talking to himself.
I love it. Alright, so while Sev is getting Dell all prettified, I said what I said. Iris will just kind of turn to Io and more seriously go, "Seriously though, we can go either before or after going to the council. I'll leave it up to you. Sion is at my beck and call."
I just cracks a grin at that.
You just hear her yell down the hallway, "Your boy's whipped!"
God damn it, Barry.
Oh man, that's
Is there like something
asking for
small
trouble
nearby
now.
that can just like lift up and flick right at the back of Barry's head?
Oh yeah, there's like cups and small shit all over the place.
A cup will fly at the back of her head.
Oh, how'd you get that around corners? Jeez.
How'd you get it around corners?
You forget.
Oh, it's awful.
Sion can see through walls, therefore he can operate force things
Fair.
through walls.
Oh boy.
Iris, you want us do you want just you and Iris and Sion, or do you want us to come as any sort of support or backup?
Man, I don't know, man. He kind of like rubs the back of his neck, looking a little uncomfortable being put on the spot.
Because if you want us to come, then maybe doing it after would be better. Because it seems that everyone is somehow dressing up a lot more than I thought they would for the Jedi Council meeting, but that's fine. They want to do that's fine.
To be dressing up nice. Are we not meant to be dressing up nice? I was under the impression that we're meeting important people.
I mean, well, they're important. I just don't think I've done that before. So it's interesting. It's not a bad thing. You all look great.
Everybody puts their robes on one arm at a time.
Yara just like squints at Veery in this very. Did you really just say that look?
What? Everyone else says pants. I think that's stupid. Not everyone wears pants, but everyone would wear a robe if they had one.
You are
what does
so
that have
special,
to do
Veery.
Because even important people put their robes on one arm at a time, just like stupid poor people put arms on one at a time.
I couldn't tell if you were agreeing with me or disagreeing with me, but that makes sense.
No, I always agree with you.
Okay. Yeah, if you guys want to dress up, you can. I mean, you all look great. I was just surprised as all.
I mean, I'm not gonna wear what Mira just gave me. And she shoves the box into your stomach that Mira made. And I was like, by the way, you should wear it because she made it for you, and it's really rude if you don't.
Wow, gaslighting up in here.
Then peeks it in the box, and she just kind of gives a pretty satisfied nod. Actually, when she kind of sits there, she's like, "Oh,
Actually fits pretty well. Okay.
Very chaos smiles, making Ben reverse psychology dress up.
I love it.
It's not an evening gown, so I'm going to be more likely to wear it.
What? I didn't say that.
Anyway, Io, so if you want us to come, it would probably be better after, since everyone seems to be doing things leading up to it.
There's also weird nervous energy going on, so yeah.
Who's nervous?
I'm not nervous. What are you nervous? What are Yara's nervous? Jeez. Back off. You guys to get another muffin.
Sneak peek, Ben is nervous.
I love it. I love everything about it.
She probably looks like she didn't sleep all night, but she looks otherwise normal.
I'm thinking maybe after the meeting so that I'm not in a weird headspace for it. Not that I'll probably be paying attention anyway, but you know.
Sure.
It's a thought.
Yeah, because then at least we've dealt with one thing, so then you can freely do whatever you need to do when you meet your father.
Besides, I think Sion promised Iris a shopping trip, so I can do that while we're at the meeting.
Iris just has a big shit-eating grin on her face as she links an arm through Sion's, whether or not he likes it.
There's just this low grumble from him.
When was the last time you were on Coruscant, Sion? I feel like you may not come here often, but I could be wrong.
My business on Coruscant is private.
I see.
It's a booty call!
Hey,
from the
get over here.
Sorry.
Iris just smirks at that and she goes, that's Sion's way of saying, it's been a while?
Oh, you holding out? That's bad.
Told you!
Oh no, that aspect of his and my life is rather enthusiastic, thank you. I meant last time he's been to Coruscant.
Don't judge him. Sorry.
Was it for one of your jobs? Tior just like raises an eyebrow at Aya but doesn't say anything.
Iris, however, goes... Iris goes, yeah, he had a target on Coruscant a while back. Because Iris doesn't care.
Well, enjoy yourself, you
I
two.
knew it.
I guess we'll catch up after.
Fury, go get that visor.
I'm waiting for you. What, you just want me to buy without you? I'll buy without you. Trust me, I will. You never... No, it doesn't... Anywhere on there that has to be a nice-looking visor. Or one that you would like.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
It's like the ugliest.
It's gonna be a freaking bedazzled. Yep.
Yeah.
You know the best part is Io wouldn't be able to tell probably.
Other
Feel
than
it.
like
He did
feeling
get that, like-
bedazzled.
It like says like it's bedazzled. It says like baby girl on like.
Yes.
No, I'll tell you exactly what Veery gets.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Gonna have baby mama on the
oh my God.
front.
She's gonna get one of these gold for Io and silver for Siorn.
Okay. Oh, that's actually badass as
Ooh,
shit.
that's sweet.
That's actually pretty sick.
I dig it. They would
That's
like
Star
it.
Trek.
That's cool.
That's also LeVar Burton's visor.
Oh yeah. I'm digging it. I'm fine with it.
That's
I
awesome.
am A-okay with that.
That looks like that'd be so uncomfortable over the nose.
I know, right?
You would think, right?
It
looks
got
like
a little
teeth.
comfort thing. Got like a little
Teeth.
gel comfort thing.
I believe it was do they have like magnets attached to them or something like that?
Something to that effect.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, we'll say that you guys go about your preparations to look good with your new outfits and stuff. Courtesy of Mira. Iris will begrudgingly convince Siorn to go with and just be Shadow Boy, as he does, because it's what he do.
It's what he do good.
But you guys do end up getting to the Jedi Temple, and you get escorted inside by a couple of the guards, and make your way through the winding halls before you make your way to this large...
On the way, while they're going through the halls, Veery's probably like rubbing her knuckles together, a little nervous, and then all of a sudden just, "What are you looking at, kid?" And just like snaps on a little Padawan. That's like
Oh,
scaring her a
geez.
little too hard.
Oh Jesus.
Hey,
Sorry.
calm down.
Here you
You're
go.
okay.
Oh, man,
You're
sorry.
okay.
Sorry,
Veery.
hold on, hold on. Fine.
Just breathe.
I'm
Just breathe.
fine. Sorry. Just like bows to like an old Jedi that was passing and just like freaked out when she yelled, "Sorry."
I love it.
I thought I'll be freaking out.
Yara, stop being nervous. You're acting weird. Stop it. You're making me feel weird.
Yara is calm.
Sexually non-
Yeah.
calm and whatever.
Yara is the one acting.
Yeah, absolutely.
She is completely normal, thank you very much.
Still leans into Yara and goes, "You know, I thought you'd be a bit nervous coming in, seeing as, you know, you probably killed some people's friends here. Glad to know that, you know, it's her freaking out, not you. Just don't touch the younglings."
Fuck that. No.
Lord.
Flashback to, you know, fucking Anakin, Master Skywalker, what are we going to do? You're going to die! Ha ha ha! Oh, wait.
Oh, well, shit. Fuck.
I also
Ben
think it's
just sorta-
bullshit.
Then just is
Sorry.
like, so, no.
Oh, we're not gonna. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean
No,
to bring
we're-
that up.
Yeah, that's very insensitive.
I mean, I probably killed a few people there. Shit, sorry.
You just get a mild headache from Legion because Ven chastised you, and then you let that slip. So Legion's like, no, stop.
So much for being, non-biased.
Legion just calmly replies,
Legion never said he was non-biased.
yeah. We are very pleased with the actions of your Jedi, and we concur that
Which
such
one?
talks should not occur. The
Which
one that you
Don't
wish
finish
to...
that sentence. Don't finish that sentence. I'm so glad you're talking in my head right now.
You get the sense that if Legion were with you, he would have a big grin on his face. But he does quiet himself.
Smile. Yeah, Ven just kind of just is like to Yara, she's like, he just says things. Don't worry about it.
I think she knows that by now.
I'm kind of used to big guy talking to himself. I think he needs that every once in a while, and she just kind of gives Dell a weird look.
Just nobody understand. I've got what if I say it out loud now that I'm thinking about it? It sounds weird. I've got plants speaking in my brain.
Yara just has a shit-eating grin on her face now that he said it out loud.
It's true. You know what? If your boss didn't try to do some weird vegan plant people shit, it wouldn't have happened. All right.
That's what we call it. Eventually, you guys make your way through the temple to the large meeting room of the Jedi Council. They are sitting in a semicircle around a table in various chairs. However, at the head of the table is Arel, wearing a very lovely green dress this time instead of the yellow that she was wearing previously.
Perception check. Is there anybody as green as that dress in this room?
Green as that dress. Oh no.
Is there a
Maybe?
little person with green? Jesus fuck.
Okay!
What was that?
Where did that come from? Jesus.
Are there any very short people walking around?
There is no Yodas in the room. They are all... There's a couple of humans, there's a Togruta, there's an Ithorian, there's a Cathar, there is a couple of different races, but no baby Yodas in any regard.
Are there any Mace Windu dudes?
No.
This is thousands of years.
Y'all, this
Damn
is
it.
before
You know
they
how
were
long
even
ago
thought.
this is?
This is like
Oh,
the era of Yoda's great-great-great-grandfather. So,
I would just see this young Mace Windu go, motherfucker!
nope, not gonna happen because that's not in this era. But yes, Arel is standing there while the rest of the Jedi Council is sitting. It looks like she's standing, waiting to welcome you all in. And she regards you all, seeming to be impressed that everyone is dressed up, including Iris, who is wearing a rather nice black and silver ensemble. But her eyes kind of linger on Sev for a moment before continuing through the party, trying to maintain a sense of business and professionalism.
Del will give Sev a bit of a nudge. Very very obvious nudge, but we shall get what it is. What?
But
What are you doing?
to Arel's left is Layara, and when you guys come in, she stands and she smiles at you all, glancing briefly at Iris and to where Siorn is lingering in the shadows, looking rather surprised.
Oh, they came with us? I didn't know they did that.
I was equally surprised. Like, oh my god, I did not notice you there.
Iris pulled some strings, and now owes Siorn even more, but it's fine. It's fine. It's totally fine.
It was just like, oh shit, you got to
Siorn's
come
just
along.
gonna Siorn's just gonna stand like a sentry or something, just like in one of the shadows he can find in the room, and just not move an inch during the entire
Behind a curtain.
Totally. I love it.
Sounds about right.
But Layara welcomes you all, and once you guys get closer, she will kind of glance at Arel and the rest of the Jedi Masters on the council and look at you all.
How many other are there, just so I know?
Including Arel and Layara, there are 7.
Okay.
So
I was trying to figure out which one had the porn stash.
that would be the Togruta. Who seems a little uncomfortable at seeing you guys, but is reining herself in. But Lara will look at you all, and once the doors have been shut from the guards and you guys are in the presence of the council and the Supreme Chancellor by yourselves, she'll nod to Ven and Viri and Yara before she kind of opens her hands and vaguely gestures to the council around her. And she will go, "Crew of the Peachy Keen, I welcome you to this meeting with the council and our Supreme Chancellor to discuss our offerings to allow Ven Morrison to be officially recognized as a Jedi Master and to formally recognize the Padawan Viri Rin and her friend Yara as Jedi Knights in the Order. We have asked you...
You're just whispers to Yara, just goes, oh damn, you get to skip a level.
You bought the premium pass, Yara starts at the next level. It's
Yeah, that's how that works, right? Totally how that works.
I have previous work experience on my resume. It just don't look at it, okay?
Yeah, just know that I have experience. That's all that matters, right? But Lara continues on, and she goes, "We formally recognize the events that has transpired amongst you and the crew, and the actions you've taken since you've endeavored to initially find Revan, and as you continue to stop the forces of evil in the galaxy, and eventually go to stop Asidus and save us all. In lieu of that, we have offered this opportunity for you to join our ranks and show us that it takes all kinds to protect the galaxy and educate the galaxy. In your adventures, what has transpired has shown us as the Council and the Senate what it means to be a representative of the Republican Jedi as a whole. We have asked the Supreme Chancellor to come here as well to formally recognize your crew and honor you all, regardless of how things go, for your continued works and appropriate representations of what it means to be a part of the Republic. Liara will then gesture for Ven, Yara, and Viri to step forward.
Yara probably has to like pull Viri forward.
Yeah. She just kind of takes a half step, realizes Viri's not going, just kind of gently grabs her by the elbow and pulls her forward.
Yeah, Ven will step forward.
It's at this point that
Very naturally stands behind Ben just a little bit.
Aww. Precious baby. Liara at this point will look at Arel, and Arel will kind of give a nod to continue before she turns to you all. Ven Morrison, if you would allow, we would like to formally recognize you and include you as not only a part of the Order, but as a part of the Masters and a part of this council from here forward. Do you accept?
She just like
No, I am.
sits there for a minute. She's asking if she accepts like being a master, like saying yes to it, essentially.
Yes.
Okay. She says, if I could discuss a quick thing with the council before I give my answer, would you mind?
Lara will nod, and she gives kind of a knowing smirk to you before she gestures for you to go on.
Viri looks at the other council members. Is there anyone here that's like not looking excited about Ben being?
I know. I was curious about that too.
You notice that the Togruta is rather uncomfortable. Everyone else seems very calm and welcoming.
Okay. So Ven just says, you know, I haven't been here for a while. And I've only heard news from Liara about what you've all been doing here while we're out there. But I've been told that the council has acknowledged some of the mistakes that have been made by the rules that the council has given and put on every Jedi, specifically towards emotions and relationships, whether that be the relationship between a parent and child, between lovers, between friends.
You tell him, Viri.
Am I correct that you've seen the error?
Before Liara can respond, one of the other masters, female Cathar, speaks up, and she goes, with the events of Revan's untimely end and what we've seen that we have pushed our order to, you are correct, Ven.
That is good to hear. Many of the Sith I've met that were once Jedi have felt more forced into the path they took because of the stringent rules that, in my opinion, aren't even needed. So, my question is, would you be willing right now to show your commitment to change, to remove the ban on relationships right now?
And or smut if you want to include it.
Jesus
What
Christ. And or smut if you want to include it.
Viri should hold back on that one.
Come back. Come back.
And then she looks around the room really pointedly looking to see the squirts.
None of them react, that you notice but they do look amongst themselves, and then Liara looks to one side of her, and those that are sitting on the left side of her nod to her. She looks to the right. They nod as well. And she looks at you, Ven, and smiles very proudly, and she goes, "From this day forward, we do not ban relationships within our order. If they improve the life of a Jedi in whatever capacity the relationships are, then we accept them and encourage them, as long as the participants are mindful to also honor their pledges as Jedi. But we have seen the errors of our ways and just how fulfilling a life can be with these deep relationships, and from here forward shall encourage them and not bemoan anyone for participating. And as such, we will honor any relationships that are occurring or have occurred and treat them with the respect they deserve." As she gives Ven a very knowing look.
Ven looks shocked that it happened. This is like her gamble.
Shit, they agreed? What?
Yeah, she was sort of then be like, no, not yet, no one's ready, and then she'd be like, well, fine, I'm not gonna be a master, and bye. But
He called you on your bluff.
yeah, right. So she's kind of like blinks for a sec as it's happening. Like, you can see there's a bit of momentary shock. While she's talking, is there any way I can use my racial ability? I don't want to use the Force because they'll know, but can I use my racial ability to like monitor the emotions of each of the council members and see if it feels genuine as she's talking?
Yeah. I mean, other than general discomfort from the Togruta, but that's just because of the blackmail you have on her, they all are very sincere in agreement. There was no hesitation when Liara turned to them to affirm it. Like, when they nodded, it was very firm, resolute. They are very, very willing to go down this path and welcome relationships, and they have sincerely, it seems, seen the errors of their ways and want to make amends for what they have done.
Awesome. So, Ven looks between all of them and says, that includes parent and child relationships. We need to make sure to find better ways for all of this. But it seems that with the willingness to change and find a better path, then I'll accept.
A young human male now speaks, and he goes, "We understand these changes cannot occur overnight, and if you join us, we welcome your counsel and your advice on how to change this."
Yeah, change will be slow, I'm sure. Some people may find it hard to accept. But I'm willing to help however I can. So yes, I accept your offer.
Liara smiles, a very proud and warm smile, as she goes, "Then you are now officially not only a part of the Order as a Jedi Master, but from here on out, a part of this council. And when you are ready and your current mission is done, we welcome you a seat here.
Thank you.
Now she turns to Viri and Yara, and she goes, Viri Rin, when I brought you onto this crew to initially search for Revan, it was because I sensed a power within you that you seem to be able to use now that you've learned about the Force. Your travels have taught you much in this galaxy.
I'm really sorry that I shot that boy's arm off when you met me, and I'm really sorry that I couldn't control it and I shot the robot's arms off, and she bows. I'll do better, I promise.
The council was a little surprised at this, but Liara just shrugs it off. And she chuckles and she goes, there's nothing for you to apologize for, Viri, but I appreciate it.
Oh, okay, good, because I paid to get it fixed. It's fine now. Both of them have robotic arms.
She just chuckles again and continues.
I just imagine a poor boy out there just with a robot arm that like malfunctions every day.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. Full circle.
She goes, you have come very far, perhaps farther than you thought you had. You have done tremendous good in the name of compassion, as she gives you a knowing smirk, and have brought someone to us that until now we thought was impossible. You...
Oh, she's still impossible, but she's been redeemed, though.
You are a interesting personality type, however, knowing you as I do, I would not change that. And in fact, I personally feel that our order would benefit having one such as you in it. And so, we would like to, from henceforth honor, and add you officially as a part of our Jedi Order and knight you. Do you accept?
Looks over at Yara. I'm just in like a unspoken word of, you sure you want this?
Yara hesitates for a moment before she gives a very firm nod.
And Viri just looks forward and she goes, I don't pretend to fit into any sort of checklist or box that I think most of you are expecting for a Jedi Knight. But I do promise that I'll always strive to get better, and that I will go to the lengths of the universe to bring back as many of those that have fallen to the dark side that I can.
Liara gives a knowing smile before she just gestures to the council around her, and she goes, Viri, nobody within this order is perfect, and we failed in making it seem that we are. We are all mortals. None of us are gods and should not be revered as such. What you...
Oh, I totally did before, you know.
What
I
you...
thought y'all were like space wizards or something.
What you fail to understand is that your flaws do not make you difficult or unable to be a Jedi, but in fact, the flaws that you have and the way that you've come to learn from them will make you, I feel, a very, very good Jedi, and would do us credit to have you in the Order.
Thanks. I'm really bad at compliments. Does that mean I have to give him my blasters? I don't think Viri still understands the full requirements of being a Jedi Knight.
Liara just chuckles and she goes, One of the many things about a Jedi is, while we carry lightsabers, the Force is our ultimate tool. Whatever you choose to use to achieve your means and your tasks, as long as you do it with compassion and not out of malice or revenge, then there is no reason for us to say no.
Okay, there's one more thing. Hold on real quick. And she turns around and goes back to Io and then kind of whispers, I'm really sorry. I never told you there's stock photos in your entire ship, and I'll replace them with real photos. I just thought it was really funny, and it's probably really vindictive of me, so I just wanted to get that off my chest. Okay, thanks.
Confession
What
time.
do you mean
Yeah.
stock photos? What?
Boy.
And then she just goes back and stands where she was. Okay, I'm ready.
I was just so confused at this point. Like, what?
I love everything about that.
What kind of lie did Reeve leave him with?
I know, right? Liara will nod and gesture for you to wait one moment, Viri, and she'll turn to Yara, who is now looking somewhat uncomfortable at having the Jedi Council stare at her, but stands pretty stoic nonetheless. And Liara speaks to her. Before today, you went under the guise of Darth Eros. We understand why you fell, and we understand that we, both as council and people, should have done better for you and your friend, as we should do better for the galaxy. And for that, we would like to apologize to you. We ought to have been there to have assisted to help prevent the life that you had to live in order to survive. However, we are proud to say that you stand before us no longer under that name, and we would like to extend this offer for you. We have seen what you've grown into and the capabilities that are under your hand. You are a very strong person in the Force, and you do have a heart to you that you may have thought until now has been closed off, but we see it for what it is. You are a compassionate, caring woman, and you would do anything to protect those you love. So, we would like to formally accept you into the Order and knight you as well. Though, we would like to know what you would like to be called. And Yara looks over at Viri for a moment before she looks at Ven. And then she looks back at Liara as she steps forward, her chin held high as she speaks. I never had a last name. Not even as a Darth, had a last name. But if you'll let me, I would like to be known as Yara Wren. And Liara will nod and gesture for both Viri and Yara to step forward.
Yuri's bottom lip quivering right now.
Yara will help pull you forward, and Liara will gesture for both of you to kneel, and she'll say, I would like you both to kneel before us as we knight you. And Yara will kind of guide Viri down to kneel before them. The rest of you see the council rise to their feet.
You actually see Viri do one of those, like, hits her in the back of the knees to get, like, almost like a prank maker trip into a kneeling.
Pretty much.
The whole sisterhood friend thing is still there.
Yes, definitely. But you see the council rise, and they all begin to glow with their force. And Io, it's actually kind of an interesting thing for you. You actually kind of see this aura. It's nothing like when Revan was near you, but it is clear that the council is by far the strongest collection of Jedi in the galaxy, rightfully so. And they all
Very attempt to tap into what Io taught her if she feels like something happening with the Force of them. You able to see what he sees?
Yeah. As you do so, then you start to see this pulsating aura from all of them. And then you see it kind of start to go around you and almost encircle you and Yara. And Leara continues speaking, and she goes, "You came before us, making your way in the galaxy, and have proven to us just what good, compassion, and caring could be. You represent our order and what we strive to be. You represent the compassion that we lead by, the love that we lead by, and you honor the code better than any that we could ask. So, today we knight you as Jedi Knights, members of our order, protectors of the Republic and those that need protection, defenders of the weak, heroes to the strong. So, rise, Jedi Knights Viri and Yara Rin." And the auras pull back as the rest of the council and Arel give an applause.
Dude just kind of does one of those like awkward bows.
Io joins in and applauding. It's like, yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a
And,
girl.
Hell yeah.
Then like turns her head slightly because she's tearing up a slight bit, but she doesn't want anyone to see. So she's just like looking off for a second and then looks back.
So cute.
can we get up now?
Yara smiles and rises, and she reaches out to take Viri's hand and give it a squeeze. And Io, as you're looking, you notice that the last flicker of darkness that was at the core of Yara disappears, and now she exudes a healthy, warm, blue glow.
Viri sees that now too, right?
She does indeed.
No. She gives her
At
a
least
sleep.
Yorn is the only blight in the room.
Yeah, right.
No, he's keeping his force under
Wait,
wraps, so it's
How
not
bright
true.
do Viri and Ven glow? I haven't heard about their glow status.
Their glow status
Glow, girl, glow.
could almost rival Revan.
God, I was just like,
Fancy.
oh god, it's so bright.
Dang it.
It is a very powerful glow, but it is not nearly as bright as Revan. The only thing that could compare would be Revan's children themselves. However, you are as close as could be without being them. And
Cool.
once the council has died down with their applause and the rest have sat back down, Leara then gestures to Arel and she sits down. Arel remains standing as she looks to the group and she goes, "I am here today to represent the Senate for the official welcoming into the order of our Jedi Knights, Viri and Yara Rin, and the instatement of Master Ven Morrison into the order. But I would like to say on behalf of the Senate and all the representatives of the Republic, thank you for upholding our values and showing us what we should be every day. You honor us by being part of this republic and heroes to the galaxy. Your journey is not yet over, I'm sad to say, but from here on out, you have the full backing of the Jedi Order and the Galactic Republic Senate behind you. However your group chooses to save the galaxy, stop and save Asidus, we will be there for you. All you do is just call on us when you need our help.
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
And she will give a nod and a warm smile to all of you. And the doors behind you open, signaling that your time with the Jedi Council has come to an end. And you are escorted by the Jedi Guard out of the room. But Arel remains standing as you guys leave, watching your group, with a very proud smile on her face, and Liara is just glowing with pride. As you guys exit the room and the doors seal, letting the council continue with their meeting, allowing you guys to continue with your individual group meetings, you are surrounded by each other, just kind of standing outside of the council doors by yourselves in the halls, save for the Jedi Guards, left to absorb what just happened.
Fury goes up to Sav and goes, I think she was standing waiting for a kiss or something.
Hey, professionalism.
What? I'm not the one standing waiting for a kiss. She was. I didn't leave the Supreme Chancellor waiting. So, like, are we like on equal terms now, or like, am I still like one under you? I'm still confused about that.
I mean, she's a master and you're a knight. I think you're still under her.
No, not Ben, Sev. You're what, a commander?
I think we're about the same.
Nice. For now.
Ben looks mostly in shock.
Yeah, you didn't think that was going to happen, did you, Master? Master? Yeah, still Master. Still works.
I did not think that was going to happen, no.
Oh, I'm sorry. Actually, I read I was supposed to add your last name now. Master
It was
Morrison.
Mary, please.
Not going to get old with that one.
It was a test, I guess, to test their resolve and see if they were genuine or not.
Yeah, they called your bluff.
It wasn't a bluff. It was.
You didn't think they were going to say yes.
No, I didn't. I was expecting
They
a
called
list
your
of
bluff.
excuses as to. Okay, I don't really consider whatever. Yeah, I didn't expect it. Yes.
Very quickly, it seemed that the Viri and Ben relationship continues as was, and there's
Yep.
the status makes
Nothing
no
changed.
difference.
100%.
It's adorable, though.
Oh boy.
But she like puts a hand on like Yara and Viri's shoulders and be like,
But Jedi Knights now. Good job.
Yara just kind of smiles proudly at Ven before she looks at Viri, still speaking to Ven, and she goes, I'm gonna go wherever my sister goes.
We have a lot of work still left to be done. Whatever. Y'all mean what I know.
You're both going to do amazing.
I'll keep me in that.
Yara just kind of chuckles before she takes a breath, and she looks at all of you as a crew, her eyes briefly mingling on Mira before continuing on. And she goes, thank you for not giving up on me. I know I'm not really a part of this family yet because you don't trust me, but I'm gonna fix what I did. Somehow.
On a day like this, Yara, it's like a day of new beginnings.
Ooh,
So I
I'm gonna
trust you.
cry.
I know, I didn't think she'd say that. That's so cute.
Go
I
on.
trust you, Donna.
Yara looks visibly relieved, and she walks over and extends a hand to Mira.
Mira will take it, and then will pull Yara into a hug instead.
Yara is surprised for a moment, having not expected that, and hesitates for about a second before she wraps her arms around Mira and hugs her warmly.
Yeah.
And that will be a good time for us to go take a break.
Aw.
Ben is looking at those two. She looks so proud.
I love it. I love
Now
everything about
who's
it.
more innocent?
100% the Queen of Innocent has reclaimed her title.
Oh, I love you.
The only reason Mira forgave your
No, that is
Fucking
not the
asshole.
only reason. That is not the only reason.
Just the main reason.
No. It is
That was
it is
cool,
a
though.
reason, but it's not the only reason. It's definitely not the main reason.
Think how
I will
different
be
things could have
right
been
back.
because of numbers.
I know, right? I will also
Right.
be right back.
Was that the main reason? The numbers?
I will also be right back.
Yeah. How many minutes did you say?
Oh, it's always like 20.
Yeah, good point.
You get to work soon.
back.
The moment 5-minute break started, computer was like, and I'm gonna take a break from working.
At least I waited till then.
Mm-hmm. Shit, I don't know. Right, there you go.
Now we get to go meet Papa Io. It's
Nice.
Woo!
That should be
we
fun.
get to see if Io gets his crazy side from his father. Woo!
Nah, I'm very sure that comes from, growing up in a sewer.
Yeah.
Literally raised by animals.
Papa Io has a visor too.
I mean, maybe he's got one of those, fancy cloth covers that you usually see Miraluka wearing. Like what Sioran wears in the Star Wars game, because I can't give them fancy visors.
Right.
Also, we were talking earlier about, trying to dress up Sioran and whatnot, and, not knowing how that was gonna go. All I could think was, well, he is, essentially Io's identical twin. I'm pretty sure whatever Io looks good, and he'd look good at. Oh, so easily amused.
So how was everyone doing after that?
I'm good. I was so proud.
Right.
I
Bill
was
has
not
this-
expecting that of Mira, so DM got a little choked up there.
Yeah. I can tell Legion is very proud
Oh, 100%.
of Blue Baby.
Legion is very proud of his blue child.
Dell high fives Legion in his brain. It's like, we did bring her up, but damn.
Pretty much. I love it.
I do find it kind of funny though how Belle doesn't necessarily understand why he gets looks, but it's have you ever heard yourself talk to yourself?
I know, right?
loud?
It's either Dell talks to himself normally, or he's screaming in his brain because he can't control the volume.
I just keep laughing, picturing Del and Legion meeting Lanaday, who's like the exact opposite, where it's the worm that's always talking out loud, and you can't hear Lanaday, versus Del, where it's Del we hear and we can't hear Legion. Oh, Lanaday, so much fun.
I, for one, am very pleased with how today's session has been going.
Yeah. Mira tries her best.
Mira does good things.
Mira is the
I'm
best.
curious how Mike is feeling about that name drop.
Oh no, yeah.
Figure it out. He's recovering. No.
That was good.
Weren't expecting that, were ya?
Oh,
You all have done so good. I'm so proud of you guys.
Enough. I was like half
DM
expecting.
head pats
either
for
person.
everyone.
Yes. All the head pats.
Head pats?
Head
Calm
pats.
Calm down.
What were you saying, Silent?
I was expecting either a Morrison or a Rin coming from Yara. I wasn't sure which one though.
She was thinking about it, but in all honesty, Viri had always been family
yeah, she
from the
was.
start. So for her, it made sense to go Rin and take the family name and be fully family with her. So
I'm back.
welcome back.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I do believe that is everyone.
I believe so.
I believe so. Is everybody back? Everybody back?
Yeah.
I do not hear Matthew.
He was here.
I'm here.
Okay.
There we go.
I think you're talking about me. My Discord was like, and someone's talking to you. Cut off.
I love it. Okay. Fabulous. Then we will go ahead and jump right back into it. So, where we left off, Ven had been officially indicted as a master and a part of the Jedi Council. And Yara and Viri Rin are now Jedi Knights. After the hug with Mira, you guys are escorted back through the halls to continue on whatever assignments you wanted. The guard informed you that the council is going to work with the senator to prepare any troops as necessary to be ready for you guys to call upon as necessary. But for now, you are welcome to stay on Coruscant as long as you need to prepare yourselves. And once you are ready, you have the full backing of the Jedi Order and the Republic to go face Asidus.
As a clarification for me, we were told that Asidus was coming to Coruscant, correct?
Correct. You guys
in
were
a
still... Yeah. It was going to be a bit, so you guys were still trying to figure out what the best course of action would be to handle it. Whether it was go to him, wait for him to get here. But you guys have time to plan that out.
Orbit. Nuke him from
We have
orbit.
we have a few like months. Then was it a few months or was it a month? I can't remember which one.
I think it was 4 months, right?
Was it?
That's what I remember.
Ajay!
I feel like nuking it from orbit would be the best.
Yes, you have about 4 months.
Well, if that's what we're talking about now, Yara had an idea. And I think she might be the best one to assist us doing it. Yara.
Sorry, DM had mouthful of ramen.
Oh.
Y'all keep talking to me when I'm
Put
eating.
the space hot dog down.
It's okay, Yara. I was hungry too.
Space ramen, damn it. And it's real authentic ramen. It's authentic ramen. Fight me. Anyway. Remind me really quick what that was, Mike, because out of character, I've had so many voices in my head.
Talking to the Sith.
Ah, yes. Thank you. I thought that's what you meant. Alright. Yeah. Yara will kind of look at you all collectively, and go, I know it's not, like, the best suggestion, but the Sith are pretty pissed off at Asidus. Like, he's not considered part of them anymore. Like, he's gone rogue, and they're not happy with him. I think if you could, you might be able to get at least a temporary alliance, because Asidus is kind of taking hell from both sides. He's causing problems for the Republic and the Sith Empire. And sure, they kind of want to kill him, but I think they're getting desperate enough that they'll take any deal to stop him. It's a long shot, sure, but we might have them to help too. And if we're going up against hybrids, I think we need all the help we can get.
Del would like to walk up to Yara and hug her.
Well, he does that a lot.
I mean, it happens.
No, hold on. What was it I said? What was it? I just want to point this out. Thank you, Yara. I want to point this out. What did I say we should do? What did I say we should do? Go to the Sith. Go to the Sith because they hate Asidus just as much as the Republic does. What did you not say?
No, it's too dangerous. They're unpredictable. We can't tell if they're actually going to work with us.
And then she says it?
Apparently, that's what my voice sounds like. All right.
Well, I'm only saying that now because we have a Sith that we can rely on to be our ambassador.
I said this
Exactly.
when we had her with us.
We didn't. That was when she was not making the choices she's making now.
Oh,
But with
well,
Yara being
no.
how she is, it makes it less of a risk.
Fine.
Great idea,
No
Del.
such a-
I think your idea is the best. Seriously, I'm glad you came up with it. I must have subconsciously got it from you.
Yara
She puts on
just...
like the widest smile that she thinks is like actually working because she's supposed to be like professional now.
Okay.
You know, I might not understand sarcasm, but Legion somehow does, and he just told me that was sarcasm.
What? I don't know if that was sarcasm or not. I am just trying to find the yeah, okay, that was sarcasm.
Painful.
Oh,
When Del hugged Yara, like, she tenses at first, and her arms are, like, at her side before she just kind of awkwardly, like, pats his shoulder and is, like, looking at everyone like, what do I do? What do I do?
Help me!
You just let it happen. He gets over
He's
it
got
after a
me.
while.
Help! The big guy has me. Help!
Yara,
I
think
tried and
it's-
fight it, but it wouldn't work.
Yara, I think the only thing is, it would largely depend on you for you to let us know how they work, be able to maybe sense what's going on with them. I mean, we'd be relying on your connection, just like we relied on Viri for you, or for Iris to Sion, before we got to know them all.
if I may interject, isn't Very got this little like greyish area that she's tapped into a little bit that you've helped to like meditate about? Oh, you know, if I remember correctly, she did do a zappy with her hands a little, you know, about a couple months ago. So
Zappy.
Are you talking about her lightning?
yeah, I don't know. That's okay. Well, I thought it was just like a mini taser. Just, you know, the Sith have. I don't know why they'd have access to a taser.
Yeah.
I don't know the terms that you give it on the front lines. We just called it, you know, the evil taser.
Yara,
Fucking hurt.
if Yara is still in like Dell's grip, she's just gonna like tap his bicep.
He let go.
Okay.
He let go, but he's still close.
Okay, she's gonna like point to the area that Siorn is in, the really shadowy corner. That's for some reason more shadowy than every other corner, but we're not gonna discuss that because plot armor. And also, Siorn just exudes shadow. She'll point in his direction and go, Siorn still has some active connections, but I think between the two of us, we can figure something out.
While she was doing this, Viri points her finger to the end of Yara's and kind of shuffles her feet, and then static electricity zaps Io in one of, or not Io, but Nell in one of his implants, and goes, "Not all electricity is a dark side power." Just saying.
God damn it.
Oh, is that the language one? Oh, sorry.
Yara, I think I was just more asking, would you feel comfortable doing that? I don't want to put too much pressure on you so soon with everything that's happened.
Yara just kind of gives a small smile and she goes, well, I'm a Jedi Knight now. It's what I do, right?
I mean, usually they just sit around all day and then complain that the Sith are doing stuff and then send the, you know, the soldiers in to go do it. Oh, that was sarcastic, right? Okay.
At this point, you hear a voice coming from behind your group. That was the council and not anymore. And you turn around and see Leara and Arel walking up to your group.
Oh, shit.
What'd she say?
That was the
They know what you're
council,
saying.
but not anymore.
Oh, yeah.
We got to bust out the treadmills and everything, because some of them looked a bit out of shape, if I'm honest. Like, they haven't been running around doing Jedi stuff. They've been sitting down. Those chairs look well used, I've got to be honest.
Oh, don't worry. That's where Ven comes into play after this is all over. She's going to put them through the ringer.
Wow.
Potentially.
You're a training advisor now? Oh, no, right, oh yeah. I just thought for a second that you were like some, you know, health freak for a second. It just got a bit weird. Anyway, you know, are you going to bust out like those, like, you know, the 2000s gym music? Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. I don't know what I haven't heard in years.
Sorry,
Yeah, I'm
I think
not
I tapped them a little too hard.
Oh,
Ben kind of like looks over at Liara and she was like,
I have a feeling you knew that was going to happen.
She just smiles and, feigning innocence, goes, I have no idea what you mean, Master Morrison.
it sounds a little bit weird now. Now, I've heard it a few times. It sounds a little bit weird.
There is two of them.
Yeah, just keep calling me Ven, and the title is not the biggest deal to me.
Yeah, you definitely just call her Ven. Don't be weird. I mean, Master Morrison only deserves our casualness when we deal with.
Yeah, very. Don't make it weird.
Yeah, she now looks over at Ariel walking up and be like, "Yeah, Seb, don't make it weird," and like does the kissy voice.
God damn it. You were saying silent.
No, that's it.
Okay. God damn it, Barry. Rel just kind of looks a little confused, briefly, but just gives a soft smile. And Liara will turn to Yara and Viri and go, "So, what's this I hear about a plan?"
Yuri quickly looks at Master Morrison, like, did I just put my foot in my mouth? Like, not ready to not make my own decisions yet.
Then like motions her, like, go on, you can say it, try it, try it out.
It's not like I had the plan first.
Delvine here was the one that gave us the idea, and I was just reminding the crew that Yara and Siorn have contacts with Sith who also are not particularly fond of Sai, and could add to the resources and strength if we try and make an offensive strike, even if it's the distraction. And she kind of looks over at Yara, and she goes, and to be honest, personally, I think it might be an interesting way of maybe creating a bridge, if the Force so deems, to bring any of the Sith back to the light.
Liara looks amused for a moment at you, Viri, before she
Again, it's all Del's idea.
before she looks at Del, and then looks at Arel, and she goes, "Well, what do you think?" And Arel looks like she's kind of mulling it over. She has her head tilted. Looks like she's looking off to the distance, but you could almost see the gears turning in her head. Before she takes a breath and she goes, "Actually, that might work. I do have some liaisons within their diplomatic sectors. And I think this would be a good way to broker a peace treaty."
They have diplomatic people?
Seth, have you got a Swiss Army girlfriend?
I'm sorry?
Useful for a Swiss Army girlfriend. Just useful for a bunch of shit.
He steps on his toe and be like, "A woman's not an object. Respect her."
Ow, I didn't think like that. I mean, like, she's useful.
Yeah, she's useful because she created her own power, not because she's useful for someone else and any other man to use her as a Swiss Army knife.
You know, I'm just saying. But this isn't going from my boots.
Mary is 100% a feminist. I love it.
I'm not a feminist. I'm just not a manist.
Oh god, Brittany's watching the stream.
Oh boy.
I was so amused watching this.
Oh, I love it.
You can get off my boat now. You're scuffing the boat. You're not actually getting to my feet. I've got steel toe cap shoes. For this reason.
Oh, it's steel? And then she, like, puts up a finger and does a little, like, zap in the middle of the air. I didn't do it to you. Just sit it in the air as a threat. I'm a knight now.
Anticipating.
I'm gonna do that.
Legion, shit.
Oh. No.
I'll be back. Hold on. Go take a walk.
That wasn't me. She looks to Master Liara like, "That wasn't me, I promise."
Liara just chuckles and she goes, "No, I have a feeling that Legion lended a hand."
I'm curious what his point was, though. Like,
Arel, who is blushing but looking rather amusedly at Viri, goes, "I think it was a compliment. But yes, I do have a lot of contacts, and yes, Viri, the Sith actually do have diplomats. We meet together to try to broker peace treaties relatively often, and usually involving who runs what planets. But that's been overturned recently with Asidus's reign, and I think they'll be more inclined to broker some semblance of peace when both of us are struggling against Asidus.
I don't know about struggling. We haven't lost yet, but that's it.
Yeah, I mean, I think an alliance would probably depend solely on if they're willing to do things on our terms or not. Because I'm still not willing to compromise when it comes to if they do things in a way that is going to hurt other people or anything like that.
Even if you let them out the hybrids and not the normal apprentices?
Well, yeah, I mean, if the hybrids, I think, are
Fair game.
fine. But I'm just saying.
Why would
The
they want
fear
to
is if
attack
innocents
them?
get involved, they may not care.
Hmm?
If innocents get involved, they may not care.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Van,
Mm-hmm.
random question. Do you think the Jedi would let me use their library?
I would assume, yeah. What do you need it for?
Well, I have some ideas about how to keep people safe. Yeah, and I think the
Oh.
Jedi library might be able to help me with some research.
Yeah, I mean, by all means, I think that would be totally fine.
Jedi mecha droids have now been created, unlocked in your inventory.
I mean,
With Mira, I would not put that past her.
Like,
truth.
I feel like too, Ven was like saying like, yeah, I think they'd let you, and then she sort of realizes that she probably has the authority to just be like, yeah, sure, bro, crazy. So then she just
She's not used to the title yet.
no, not at all.
Love
Fear
it.
just looks at Ven and Sev and just goes, well, I know we're worried about them not respecting our decision not to kill, but think about it. If they want Saigon, they still want the power. They would want to keep as many alive to join them in the vacuum of power once Saigon. They wouldn't kill unnecessarily.
I suppose it depends on the person.
I mean, that's fair. But
True.
I just think we have a better chance that they're not Jedi and that they're Sith. You know what I mean?
Not
Well,
particularly.
size people. Size, you know what I mean? They're still Sith. They're just size Sith.
Auril speaks up at this point. She goes, well, it's not unheard of for the Sith and the Republic to broker treaties and work peacefully together. It has happened in times of great wars or when facing a threat that threatens the entire galaxy. They're not ruthless, uncaring, unfeeling creatures that just live to kill. They are sentient beings and have their own feelings. And, well, yes, they do have a particularly nasty reputation. They're not all bloodthirsty. There are some that are just not in agreement with what the Republic, what our values are, and so they go to the Sith. But I think with my particular assets in the galaxy, I might be able to at least talk to their diplomats. They're the ones who operate the soldiers, the scientists. As far as the Force users go, however, that I may not have much reach to. They have their own Dark Council they speak to. But I can certainly try.
Yeah. And I suppose it really depends on who they follow. Each individual, I think, is different. The Sith that followed Malik were more brutal than the Sith that followed Revan. So I guess it just depends on who exactly we're dealing with. You have a point. I'm not against the alliance, I'm just saying we need to make sure we make it on terms that no one's going to regret.
I'll see what I can compile. I'm sure that we can find some peaceful middle ground, and honestly, a peace treaty would broker a good amount of years where we're not at war, and I think we need that.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe they see it too.
The building phase. It's a rebuilding phase.
Yeah, not wrong.
Yeah.
Aril continues. I think they also want peace. Admittedly, they are more open to more violent means to the peace, but I think they would like it as well. Asidus has been doing some great damage to them as well. If they don't agree with him, they are his enemy, and then he will and has hunted them rather ruthlessly for opposing him, and I think they would like to see that power diminish.
Yeah.
But, of course, this is entirely at your crew's discretion what you choose to do. You have our full support if you choose to go down that path or not. And I will throw all of my resources into helping you.
Yeah. No, I mean, like I said, I'm not against the idea. I just want to make sure it's done right, that's all. Which it sounds like you have a good handle on how they work. So I'm sure you'll do fine. And I appreciate the help.
If they don't agree, we say no. Walk away.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So you said you are more talking about non-force users? Correct?
I can try to speak with the Dark Council directly, but they generally oversee the Force sensitives and the members of their own particular order, but... And she pauses and kind of glances over in Siorn's corner before quickly looking away, nervously. And she goes, but I think you might have more ins with them than you realize. I can handle the diplomacy of it, but
Is Siorn like a member of the Dark Council?
Absolutely not.
Oh, I just thought about that.
Can you imagine if he was and you all were talking smacks?
It's like, excuse me?
I know,
He
right?
literally, after Asidus is dealt with, Siorn sends individual assassins for like everyone, all the crew.
Honestly,
Oh, dude.
he would do it himself if he was gonna do it.
I mean, it's true.
Sorry, that thought just popped into my head. I was like, oh my god.
No, not quite.
so many things would not make sense anymore.
You would have more questions than answers.
Indeed.
I like how it makes sense, not it would.
Yeah, that's about right, though.
It makes sense anymore. I'm so confused.
Iris also kind of glances at Sioran for a moment before she looks at your group, and she goes, I think if you maybe try working with Sioran, he can pull his contacts in.
His collective influence.
Yeah. I won't spill all of his secrets. Not if I want this relationship to work. But he does have some contacts that are fairly high up and close to the Dark Council. And he might be able to assist that way if he so chooses.
If he so chooses.
Okay. We'll talk with him. If you need anything from us too, let us know.
I'll pull up my resources and all the smugglers and shit that I know. Offer them some good bounties to get them to help out.
That sounds good.
For now, though, I'm stealing my brother-in-law, and she will link an arm through Io's before she kind of reaches to the shadow and grabs Sioran's arm.
Part of her arm disappears into it as she pulls him out.
He just comes out of the shadows, not knowing that he was there before because he's sneaky boy.
It's like a cat when you're gonna give him a bath. He's just like, no, shit.
Pretty much. And she goes, I hate to cut this short, but we've got a family reunion we need to attend. And, yeah, I'd rather get that done and over with before Sioran continues to stare holes in the back of my head.
Io, you're gonna be alright?
Yeah, do you want us to come?
I think
or would you
so.
rather-
It's up to you.
I mean, it's up to you. This is your moment.
It's your family, Io.
Mm-hmm.
Io just looks like he's like he doesn't know. A deer in headlights. There we go. That's what he's looking at.
I love it.
Exactly.
It's like, oh shit.
You make so many decisions when you pilot, and yet you have so many issues making a decision anything outside of a ship.
Do you have like gambling dice? You can just roll a dice.
You know,
That helps
D20,
you.
I don't know.
Yeah.
All in favour of making Io go see Daddy Io? Say aye.
Well, I don't think the issue isn't so much him going or not. It's whether we're going with him or not.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
it's his decision.
I'd rather all of you stay behind. Yours just looks really like pointedly at Dell.
oh, so I see how it is.
Yeah.
I know it's totally despicable, Legion. I know it's totally. He just doesn't want them to meet you. That's so sad. I guess we're gonna have to sneak our way through. Well, actually, no, you'll see
all
through
right,
the walls.
Io. Do you know what do you want? What do you want?
It might be
Not
better
me.
if it's just the three of us.
Yeah, I understand.
Understand.
Or if you want to
I
bring
have
just
been.
a couple people as backup in case something goes wrong, you can do that. Whatever you want.
Hey, maybe you guys could come and just kind of hang out on the front lawn.
Like if you
Sure.
called Jenga, then we all rush in and help you.
Yeah, fine. Let's do that then. Everyone lay
have
off
been.
Bjorn. Everyone be nice to him. He's not so bad.
Sion?
Yeah.
Ask Sion if he wants us to.
Iris
The answer
is
no.
very proud of Ven saying that and just smiles brilliantly.
Oh, Sion. Come with us.
You know, I don't think. I think the only way I could convince Sion to let me come with him is if I made a bet that he would say no. And I know for a fact that if there's one thing that Sion doesn't want to do, it's lose to me. Of all people.
I bet he still would not want you to come.
I
feel like
We
that's
could
sort
just
of
say
one of
no.
those things you're trying to like bait someone in, but then he's just not going to participate.
I just want to go
He's only
see
wanna-
Io's dad.
Well, you know.
Go see him later. Oh my
Yeah,
god,
we
you big baby.
have all the time.
Jesus Christ.
Well, I don't know if he's prepared for an event or anything.
What?
If Io and Sion are anything to go by, their dad will just into a vent.
I think Veery even like is speechless at that one. Like I've said weirder things than that. On that note, I'm gonna go see what's in the Jedi Temple cafeteria.
Yeah, some of us can go as backup and just be outside if you need us. If Mira's okay with going, then I can go. If she wants to stay here, some of you go instead.
Yeah, it's whoever wants to come and hang out outside and look real suspicious.
I mean, what now? 3 Jedi, 2 of which are now Jedi Knights, 1 of which is now Jedi Master, just hanging out casually in front of some. What does your dad do?
Oh, he works for the Senate. Do you not pay attention to any of our meetings?
That's coming from Veery.
Wow.
Wait, hold on.
Wow.
Whoa,
Okay.
okay. She looks around to everyone. She's like, okay, just because I don't pay attention, I do read the notes afterwards. Thank you very much. At least I make an effort.
He works for the Senate. Well, I guess we can say no to the vent thing then.
Yeah,
He's
that's
the
all
prime
right.
leader of the Senate, remember?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Arel looks rather interestedly at that over at Io, and she goes, "Really? Do you know what his name is?"
He kind of like pauses for a moment, like he's listening to something. He's like, Atticus Nedarian? He doesn't believe read that's for him.
Yes.
Just whips out a notebook real quick.
Yeah. Could you put the name again in chat? I know that we have it.
Oh my god, I'm so waiting for
I
Ion Fjord to be the interesting most people, and then this guy to be the most boring, like, normal person ever.
Right.
Right.
I'm Medicus. I'm very good on keeping paperwork. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Yep. Atticus and Nadirian. Nadirian.
Nadirian.
Child died from their mother.
Stop it.
He gets my monotone voice from me.
Oh god, it's like having Edgar back. Anyway, her eyes kind of widen at that, and she goes, "Oh, I know exactly where he is. I've visited his home a few times for diplomatic meetings."
Very looks between 7. Very all like, oh?
Wait, hold on. Am I sensing that Io's going to be some like brother-in-law to Sev now?
Wait, where did that come from?
I don't know.
He's the senator. He's like below her level by 1, maybe. I don't know how senators work. I just kind of waves a hand.
What are you talking
Like, of course,
about,
it makes
Mel?
sense
Where did
that they would
come
have
from?
She
political
did
meetings.
say diplomatic visits, and Beery's like winking.
Oh.
Arel is just very red-faced and just goes, no. He's old enough to be my father. Heavens, no. He's just one of my
judging.
advisors.
It's fine. Hey, some people are.
So no to sugar daddy. Got it.
God
Oh
damn it,
my
Donna.
god.
Sometimes age isn't a thing.
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't mean that. I thought she was trying to hook him up, with somebody else that she knew. Maybe get her mum to date his dad, And I mean, you may say that he's several levels lower than her, but Seth, point proven.
Arel looks horrified at that, and she goes, my parents are happily married.
Yeah, this got awkward real quick. I'm gonna go to the cafeteria. Bye, guys.
Just
grab some
before. Let's get
I'm coming with you. Bye.
Okay, let's go.
I'm staying here then.
Yara will go with
And I just
Miri.
kind of like follows Miri.
Yara will go.
We do not have Dell's back on this one.
Mira is out. Audi 3000.
So, I do need to talk to some military higher-ups for preparing Coruscant. I should take care of that first.
Right, okay.
Arel kind of looks at you both. She's still a little red-faced, but she goes, I can send Iris and Io and Sioran the location of Atticus's home, and I can take you to go speak with the military advisors. Del, you're welcome to join us.
You see, depending on the shit that I've said today, the fact that I've now got no filter right now, I'm gonna say no, because I'll probably say even more stupid shit. That, and I do not like politician talk. Nothing wrong with politicians, mostly. Politician talk makes my brain hurt.
Digging himself out.
Arel gives a kind smile and she goes, I understand. It's not for everyone, and to be honest, there's sometimes I wish I could get them to shut up quicker, but that's part of the job.
Right. Okay, so wait, okay, right. Viri and Myra went to the, Mira?
I was gonna say Myra.
What the fuck is Myra?
I'm still
That's the Yara
frazzled.
Mira ship.
What is Myra?
Viri,
It's my
Yara,
Mara and Mira relationship. Duh.
Viri, Yara, and Mira went to the cafeteria. Did Yara go to the cafeteria? I think.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yara went to the cafeteria. She saw that Del was digging
Okay.
herself a hole and went, deuces.
Then followed.
And also had to peace out because she still has to follow Mira around everywhere, so.
This is also true.
Yep.
Yeah, she is like, you lot are going for a family meeting, you lot are going to go see some important people. I think I'll just... Actually... do you still deal with troops? Like, do you know anything about troops? Like, where they're stationed and everything, like the barracks here?
Like the military leader that they're gonna go see?
He's asking her because he doesn't want to go with them and make a big messes.
The military leader that will know where all the barracks are?
Okay, Del, you're coming with us then. Right.
That is
Oh boy.
entirely upon you, and I am not sorry for anything that I say.
We're just gonna point you in the direction of the barracks, and you're going straight there.
Okay, I just want to see a few old military buddies, if they're still alive.
I
Hopefully.
don't.
Too soon.
Oh boy.
Week 2 soon. It's been like 20 years.
Not the Delta ones.
I didn't want Delta.
That was Sev. Sev was with Delta.
Oh, I thought he was talking
I
about
will be
Stems.
right there.
I thought he was talking about Stems. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, Arel and Sev and Del are apparently going to the military area. The rest of the chaotic crew are going to the cafeteria, and Iris is leading Io and Sioran out.
I would probably see if Mira wanted to go to the library and like give her access and stuff whenever they're done eating.
For sure. Okay. Well, then we will follow the hot boys, the hot space boys, and Iris. Because reasons. Because hot space boys. Yeah, so Arel did as she had promised she would do and had forwarded the information to you guys. Your little trio takes a shuttle, and you make your way towards the residential district, and you're just seeing large buildings and whatnot. And before you finally come to a decently sized home, looks like it's about 3 stories high, probably several bedrooms style home. Like it's a large home, not as ornate as you would imagine a senator would have. It's very basic, but you get off the shuttle and make your way up to the door of this home. And as you open as you get to the door is opened and a protocol droid greets you. And it does not speak basic, but you all have an understanding of droid speak enough to know that it is inquiring what you are doing here and how can it assist you.
Well, we're, I was just like, trying to, keep this cool. We're here to see Senator Nadirian, if he's in.
The droid confirms it and requests that you follow, and it will lead you into this house. And again, it is a very ornate home, but also still very casual in that it's large, it's vast, but it's also moderately decorated. And it leads you into this library. Io can see that they are physical books, but Iris and Sioran through Wraith could actually see that they are large walls of books. It is the equivalency of Bell's library. To put it in perspective, it is just enormous. Yeah. There is an actual fireplace going in the corner, and it looks like there was settings for some drinks and stuff, and the protocol droid leads you further in, and there is a desk ahead of you. And you see there's piles of books on the right, and then piles of paperwork and holopads, on the left. And there is a chair. The back is facing you, and you can see behind the chairs that there's the hands, human hands moving, and it looks like going through books, pull one off the shelf, seeming to flip through it, put it back, etc. And the droid announces itself with you guys as guests, and the chair turns, and all 3 of you are kind of struck in surprise as sitting there in the chair is a human, a full human male with pitch black hair that seems a little bit unkempt, but also somehow organized. He looks to be in his mid-50s. He has some crow's feet at the corner of his eyes. It looks like he is just constantly permanently smiling. And has what Iris sees and what Sion would see through Ray, very vibrant and beautiful emerald green eyes. He looks like an older version of both Sion and Io, sans the visor and scars. And he is, as he's turning to you, you know, he has a warm smile on his face. Looks like he's just kind of a chill guy. And he looks at you all and goes, "Welcome to my library. How can I help you?" And Iris just kind of pauses and is just staring at him. And then she just looks up at Io. And then to her other side looks over at Sion. Back to him. Back to Io. Back to Sion. Back to him. And goes, "Huh."
Not what was expected.
Which Atticus is looking rather confused by this silent exchange. And is just kind of looking between the three of you. It's like he hasn't quite absorbed what he's seeing just yet. He just sees people.
Hi. It was so bad.
I was so awkward. Iris just kind of gently nudges the two of you forward, and she goes, "Well, it is nice to meet you, Senator. I think these two would like to talk to you about something pertaining family matters," and just will push you both forward and immediately step back and walk out with the droid.
Iris, where are you going? I was just like trying to be like, "No, go back."
I can imagine the most betrayed look on Io's face.
Exactly. Your like doesn't even react. No.
Iris was a little overwhelmed by all of this. She's like, "I need to get out of here."
She had a moment. She had a glimpse of what Sioran's eyes could have been if he'd had any.
Yeah, right? She's real upset. She feels gypped. And then you see Atticus, like, his face is still shrouded in confusion, but he doesn't seem to, like, notice anything. And then you see him rise up, and he looks like he's searching for something on the desk. And he produces a set of glasses. And he puts them on his nose, pushes it up, and looks up at you, and then his eyes widen. And he's just staring at the both of you in awe. It's like he's just seeing you for the first time. And then he pauses, and he goes, "My, it's like looking into a mirror. Do I know you boys?"
It's not prepared for this.
I like to imagine Io is actually like, like
It's like, oh my.
100%.
What did I get
he is,
myself into?
He is nervous as fuck. It's like the first, if anyone was there, that'd be the first time they'd see him that nervous.
Damn, good game.
Right?
See, Orange is just like, oh my god, this guy. So Sioran will speak because Io's just like a nervous wreck.
Io has legitimately become brain.exe.
Exactly. So
Compose yourself.
stop laughing at Io.
Compose.
I just cannot.
Siorn just exactly. So Siorn just like stares straight at the dude. He's like, "It is our belief that you are our father, and that we are your sons that were kidnapped and subsequently have been missing for the past couple decades." Yeah, what he says.
God damn it, Io. He's continuing to look at the both of you, and he just keeps looking back and forth between Io and Siorn. Before he walks around the desk and just continues to look at you before he walks forward, and he goes, "Can you run that past me again?" You believe that you are my sons?
Less than 29 years ago, your twin children were kidnapped and held at ransom. And things didn't go as planned, and they were subsequently lost. We are the children that were kidnapped.
You see Atticus's face that was caught up in confusion just kind of fall into some sadness, and Siorn and Io will both feel an overwhelming sense of regret from him. That's almost surprising to be hit with. It seems to just come from his very core. You get the sense that he exudes base force sensitivity, though he never has been trained.
Just that kind of like strong intuition kind of force stuff.
Pretty
It's
much.
like he's using it without really realizing that that's what it is. Everyone's just like, "Oh man, you got good instinct."
Basically.
Just instincts.
That's pretty much what it is. And he just kind of continues to look at both of you, and he goes, "What happened to you two?" And you get, Io and Siorn will get the feeling that he is speaking not only of what legitimately happened, but also the scars that they carry. But there seems to be a hint that it's more than just the physical scars he's curious about.
I was just thinking, yeah, I'm glad I've only got the little scars that I've got. Not that he knows what Siorn's scars look like. We've both suffered a very hard life in our own particular ways. And it's left its marks on us. Wraith just like peeks over his shoulder to like peer at the dad.
Adorable. Yeah. As Siorn is kind of gauging him, Wraith also kind of sees an older version of Siorn. It's rather unnerving. And strange, because, like, she's attached to
Like,
Siorn.
now there's 3 of them.
Oh, 100%. That is 100% Wraith's mind is, there's 3. Oh no, which one do I stay with? She's having an existential crisis. No, kidding. Atticus walks forward and he goes, "I have no words. I didn't think I'd ever see my sons again."
I mean, I gotta be real honest, I didn't even know that I had family that was still alive. And then I met my sister-in-law, and then I met my brother through her, and then I found out about you, so now apparently I have a real dad.
I love it.
I am real, dear.
I am a real dad. Yeah, he just continues to look perplexed. Before he seems to move over to his desk again, and it looks like he's going to call for someone, or he pushes a button, and a female voice comes on, and she goes, "Yes, dear." And he takes a breath, and he goes, "Callie, you might want to come into the library." There's a pause before she goes, "Okay. I'll
He
be there in a
remarried.
moment." And
New mom as well.
Yeah.
And after a moment, the conversation stops, and he turns to you all, and he goes, "I believe that you both will be interested in meeting someone." And a few moments later, the doors open. Iris is coming back now, and her face is just kind of pale at this point. Trailing behind her is a young woman who looks to be about 23 or so. She has...
We also have Rob the Cradle. What?
She has
Sister.
black hair.
Oh.
And exudes the exact same amount of force energy as Sioran and Io. And she looks at the two of you, and you see her brows knit together. She is wearing a cloth visor over her eyes. Before she looks over at Atticus and goes, "Dad, who are these two gentlemen?"
Honestly, the best part of this is that Iris is just like, "Oh my god, what is going on?" It's so weird.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
And I'm sending a picture to the chat. This lovely young woman, Atticus gestures to her, and she goes, "I would like you to meet my young daughter." And
Oh, no.
the brothers are just looking, as you look at her, you get the feeling that there's a bond immediately, just like there is between the two of you. Even though you don't really know each other, there is just this innate bond that you seem to know. And again, her brows are knitting together, very similar to how Sioran looks. It's almost eerie.
Oh God.
And she looks at the
It
two of
must
you.
be the mom's expression. Io's got the smile. They got the frown.
Yep.
Yeah.
And she just looks at you both before she looks at Atticus and goes, "Father, dear, are you..." And she pauses and seems to notice something. She goes, "No, you are wearing your glasses." Huh.
She can see glasses? What?
I mean, Io can see glasses on people's faces.
What?
And it's at this point that you all become aware of a creature next to her side, sitting in a very regal manner. It is...
Another cat.
No, it is not a cat. It is not a banshee. This creature looks as if it's a fox and is covered in crystals.
Ah!
Godzilla!
Its ears are perked forward, and
Papa!
the eyes are trained and fixated on her father. And then the creature looks to you. Yes, a Voltilla.
Papa!
And as it does, Callie's face turns towards you. And you get the sensation that she is linked with this creature. And she pauses, her head tilts, and the Voptilla's head tilts, before a brilliant smile comes on her face. And you can see the Voptilla's tail start wagging excitedly. And she goes, Mama always said I had brothers. I never thought I'd meet them.
Oh, holy shit, Mrs. Siorn, we got a sister! And look, she's got a little animal too!
God, you guys really are so...
Like, oh my...
Christ.
Siorn's just like, oh my god.
Out another one.
I'm with this idiot.
Louise.
Yep. Yeah. And she excitedly bounds over and throws her arms around Io in a tight hug.
He just like stiffens up for a moment at first, and then after like a few seconds he like wraps his arms around her and returns the hug. And it's a lot tighter than like he normally gives people. Just like so he's like, oh my god. My family.
Exactly. As she's hugging you, there is kind of a noise down at your feet, and she pulls back and looks downward at the Voptilla that's kind of bounding around your legs, and she goes, Theor, will you calm down? Before the creature just pauses and looks up at her and gives this adorable whine before huffing and sitting down at her feet. And she pulls back and looks at Siorn. Her brows knit together. She shrugs, and then she throws her arms around him in a hug. Whether he likes it or not.
He's just got like his like little tiny frown on, and he just doesn't return the hug. He's just like
Get away.
still very
Very much.
basically like why is everyone
Like this affection.
me?
I'm sorry, I took a phone call. What's cute little puppy thingy?
It's the Diamond Thoughts from Last Jedi.
Do they have one?
Their sister does.
No,
Oh,
there's that
she's the
sister.
coolest. Okay.
I love it.
I see. There's all the love for the little fox, but not for Wraith. I see how it is, Fury.
100%.
Yeah, no, 100%.
I mean, actually,
They're like,
honestly,
we're not
after
even gonna pretend.
after getting a close up of what Ray's face looks like, I can understand.
Oh boy. It's a whole thing.
It is a whole thing. Yeah, and she just hugs Siorn whether he likes it or not. And she seems to be either irrelevant or doesn't care that he's not giving it back. Before she lets go and kind of bounces back, and then she looks like she's like bouncing on her feet very excitably. Atticus is kind of exuding this prideful moment as he's looking at the three of you. And he goes, seems my wife's traits carried over on all three of our children. And he taps near his eyes and he goes, I used to have very good eyesight, but it seems you all inherited your mother's.
Oh.
I gotta be real honest. I thought you were like us in the eye department until I saw you put glasses on.
There's kind of this little tinkling laugh from Callie, this adorable girlish giggle, and she goes, I learned about that in school. I guess our mom's genetic Miraluka traits outweighed Dad's plain human ones.
You're boring, is what they say.
I love it.
You're boring.
Yeah, boring. Love it. But that seems to kind of explain things, and Atticus nods, and he goes, that is true. I guess... Well, I'm not really sorry about that, because I see your mother and all three of you, which is rather strange after only having one the last 20 years. And then he pauses and makes a gesture towards the fire and goes, let's sit down. I'm sure you boys have several questions, and your sister is dying to know you.
I'm certain she has more questions than we do. Theor like mutters as he follows to the firelight.
Feora kind of wanders over by Siorn and just kind of starts sniffing his leg, and then looks up at Wraith, and then like starts playfully pawing at her tail.
She's just like her tail just kind of like flicks up, and like the little pincer part just kind of like flexes closed for a brief moment, and she's just like, what is this?
Feora then begins to bounce around Siorn's feet excitedly.
Theor's frown deepens as he looks down at it. He's just like, oh no, that's so annoying.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought you were talking about the sister, and I was really confused. This is the part, right?
Yes, this is the Voptilla.
What is she doing? Is she okay?
Look, everyone in Io's family is a little weird, okay?
She's like those kids in elementary school that pretended to be like a wolf the whole time.
Yep,
She's one of those people.
She's one of those people.
Oh my god.
I love her. But yeah, you guys get moved over to the fire, and Iris will sit next to Siorn and kind of has her hand on his arm. And
when he sits down, Wraith kind of guddles over to his shoulder to curl off on his lap and kind of like stretch her arms out over top of Iris's lap too.
It's adorable. She's just like, these are mine. I own them. They belong to me.
Exactly.
I love it. And Callie will sit next to Io, and as she sits down, the little Voptilla kind of pounces up into her lap and curls up into a ball, and like the glow of the fire is just emanating off the crystals of this creature, and the lights around the room that are kind of moving over the books of the vast library create this orange and red and yellow rainbow of sorts around them. It's very beautiful, very relaxing. And he gestures to the table of drinks before all of you and says, have drinks. You are part of this family and will be treated as such, but I'm willing to answer any questions you boys have.
All of the questions.
questions for Diz.
I'll take a drink. Io reaches over and hits himself a drink.
Of course he does. Iris is very unusually quiet, just kind of absorbing all of this, because there's 4 of them.
It's honestly amusing to see Orn.
Yeah!
A hell of a lot.
It is
He's
a
like,
lot
wow,
of
she
Ios.
can be speechless.
Hey, rude!
Well, I do have questions surrounding the incident that took us away. Would you mind explaining exactly what happened?
Atticus nods and opens his mouth to speak, and then there's some rattling in the vents above you
Okay.
as it
Goddamn.
pops open.
Oh boy. Are there more?
Sorry. Very kind of like awkwardly falls out and like starts wiping off suit and dust.
Fury!
The Jedi destroyed this place secure. You're good to go. You guys are really cute. Carry on. And she just runs out the room.
I'm so proud of you, Fury. You went through the vents.
I like how I was not even mad. It's just like, oh, you went to the vents. Good job.
Somebody else that recognizes the tactical brilliance of Vince.
I know, right?
Exactly.
Carrie wasn't gonna let Io go in unprotected.
Now she just has to climb into a different vent to continue to move on.
I love it.
She just walks through the Senate hallways all dirty and dusty. Hello. Yep. Carry on. Thank you.
Just her hair is like it's
nothing to see.
Yeah, basically.
Nothing to see here. Nothing to see.
Carry on.
Atticus and Callie are just kind of staring at the door, but Callie looks entertained, and Atticus just looks very confused. Before he looks at Io, because he said her name, and he goes, "Was that a friend of yours?"
Oh yeah, that's one of my crewmates actually. Her name's Fury. She just got made a Jedi Knight. She's learning how to be a pilot, like me.
You're a pilot. I see. And he does
I
not seem
am.
at all surprised to hear that his blind son is a pilot. Pirate? Yeah, both. Why
Blind
not?
pirate.
I
still
mean,
works.
he's a smuggler.
Blind
He
pirate.
technically is a pirate.
He's a blind pirate.
I can't fucking English, y'all. Yeah.
I think blind pirate fits.
Yeah, pretty much.
He's a smuggler. He lives on Rishi.
Fair.
It's yep. Mm-hmm.
It
Makes
works.
sense.
I am a fantastic pilot, if I do say so myself.
Callie seems to hang on your every word, Io, and she goes, "Mom was a pilot too. That's how her and Dad met."
Shit, really?
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I thought she was a Jedi. She was
Yeah.
a pilot?
Yeah, she was a Jedi and a pilot.
Well, I guess you can be both. He thinks that how Viri's like a Mandalorian and a Jedi and a smuggler.
I mean, Anakin was both.
Anakin,
So.
Kenobi,
Right.
Theory,
I
Margo.
It works. But yeah, Callie nods enthusiastically and goes, "She had a knack for flying. Dad said she could outdo anybody, really. I think it was our force sensitivity, but he won't agree with me." Atticus just kind of seems to have recovered from the sudden infestation of Viri. And looks at you all with a smile before he turns to Siorn. You wanted to know about what happened. Well, being a senator, one makes enemies, and your mother and I were married against the council's wishes. So we had a few unsavory eyes on us. When you two were born, we went out as a family to enjoy a local park not far from here. And someone was able to subdue your mother, who was already not at her strongest, and take the two of you away while I was tending to a business call. When I returned, your mother was distraught and you two were missing. Several weeks later, we received the threat of if we didn't pay, we would never see our sons again. She used her connections to the Jedi to try and broker a way that we could meet up with them and subdue them, but it fell through. We were never able to find you, and because we were never able to give them the money, we thought our sons were dead, but your mother always held out hope, even to her dying breath.
Well, I guess we're survivors, so I don't know how we ended up where we did, but here we are now. Now look at us. We're two strong, strapping young men. Siorn's just like, oh god.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Atticus looks amused by that, and Callie just kind of turns to you, Io, and she goes, so, if you're a pilot, did you fly here? Do you live here? You could tell she is just, like, hanging on your every word. Like a typical younger sibling would do to their older sibling who's, like, they just idolize them.
Yep, I flew in on my ship. It's a beautiful ship. It's named Peachy. It's amazing. You'll have to see it sometime. I'm so proud of it.
Callie immediately looks to your father, and she goes, Can we, Dad? And he chuckles and goes, if your brother would like us to visit, then certainly.
I mean, I don't see why not.
There is just like this little squeak of excitement, and Callie kind of bounces.
You guys can meet the kids. Oh, well, Terabyte might not get along with them with your little friend too well, but Zeke will. Zeke loves friends.
Atticus.
Ever gets a hold of him.
Atticus's eyes widen, and you see, like, he kind of pales a little bit, and he goes, kids? I'm a grandpa?
No.
God damn it, Siorn.
Well, yeah, technically, they're 3-rib cats. They're basically my kids.
I see. Your mother had an affinity with pets. Seems that runs in the family, as he gives an eye to Feor on Callie's lap and then over at Wraith.
I mean, I don't have quite the bond that these two do with theirs, but we're still pretty close. I was practically raised by ripcats, so, I've always felt close to them.
Well, your mother believed that pets were part of the family, so I'm glad to see that seems to carry over somehow.
Yeah, I think you'll like them. You can be the cat grandpa.
Yeah, chuckles
Siorn
at
just
that.
Siorn just pinches the bridge of his nose, like, oh my god.
Iris is now kind of coming down from it, and she just leans over and murmurs to Siorn, and she goes, "See, if we would have put a bow on Wraith, it would have looked better."
No, she will never wear a bow.
That you know of.
He just fixes her with a what have you done when I wasn't around look.
I love it. Absolutely love it. Yeah, and we will say that Io, Siorn, and the family just kind of sit together and talk. Kind of reminiscing. Callie will share stories of her growing up. She's very excitable and friendly and warm. But will occasionally have moments where she looks like Siorn. Like, if Siorn will say something, you see that frown and the knitted brow together. She seems to have a combo of both brothers in her. It's rather amusing to see. And we'll go check in with Del and Sev really quickly. And see what those two were doing while the family reunion was being had.
If they go to the ship, would they meet up with Mira and Viri at any point?
We're not really. I don't know where we're headed. I don't think we're headed to the ship.
No, I'm talking about Io and his little sister.
Oh.
Oh, she will 100%.
I'm like sort of by Mira too, so wherever Mira is, I'm following her.
Because if Mira meets Io's younger sister, Mira is making her and gifting her this visor. Don't need no cloth visors.
Oh, she don't look badass like her big brothers. Aww.
Don't need no cloth visors. We're getting high tech here.
Yeah, Mira, I need to take a shower. Let's go back to the ship.
That she's covered in soot. Yeah, I mean, because trust me, Callie would want to. Atticus has work to do and would unfortunately decline, but Callie would happily go with her brothers anywhere. She's a sweet girl like that.
Can come on an adventure with them to see the Peachy Keen, and maybe Viri's put in actual photos in the photo frames, so it's not quite as embarrassing as that.
I'm so sorry, but I actually do to go. I have work.
Okay, that's fine. Well, let's go ahead and call it here. We can pick up Chaotic Adventures next week.
Yeah.
I am so sorry. I didn't mean to just cut it off like that.
You are totally fine. No worries. Yeah, we'll go ahead and pick it up next week, guys.
Hell yeah.
Good job. I am very proud of you all.
Alright. Well, I gotta go. Bye, guys.